Welcome back to CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, where the Tennessee Titans are preparing to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Corey Curtis with Eddie George, and of course Keith Bullock on what is an absolutely perfect evening for football. 79, sunny, very light wind, and very low humidity. Who said that it's cloudy in Seattle? It's beautiful here, guys.
It is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, the Titans have won the opening coin toss of the preseason, and they will receive. And as expected, Mark Mariani is back to receive for Tennessee. Kicking off for Seattle is Carson Wiggs. He boots it deep, and Mariani's got no chance as the Titans will take over 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. Time now to meet the fourth member of the broadcast crew. Let's go to Dawn Davenport.
Yeah, evening, guys. Of course, all the talk's going to be on the quarterback battle, but it's a competition Matt Hasselbeck wasn't necessarily sure he was going to get to be a part of at one point this season. That's because the Titans were a major player in the Peyton Manning sweepstakes. Hasselbeck said that while he wasn't worried, he did admit it mentally.
When it came down the way it came down, like, oh, hey, that's not happening. It was, I think, important for me to, and it took about a day to kind of refocus on, okay, that just happened, it's over, and now you got to, hone back in.
The first pass of the season is intercepted and taken back for a touchdown by Brandon Browner. It'll be interesting to see if that ball hit the field or not, guys.
I didn't, from up here, I don't think it did.
We'll take another look.
Play.
It hits Nate Washington in the hands, and it looks like it hit the defender twice.
That ball is live. That's a great opportunistic play. Being in the right place at the right time.
It hit Earl Thomas, and then Brandon Browner, who went to the Pro Bowl last year with 6 interceptions, takes it to the house, and 9 seconds later, it's 6-0 Seattle. And I know Matt Hasselbeck was excited to be back.
That was a great welcoming party.
Yeah. But, the ball, I think they're going to review it here. But it looked like Nate tipped the ball up in the air, never hit the ground, and he was able to pick it off for a touchdown.
It looks like this one may
Previous play is under review.
They review every play. I think
that is the referee, Bruce Hermanson, and I guess we should bring up immediately, guys, that these are not the regular NFL officials. There's a labor situation here. Here's another look at it. The issue is, did it hit the ground when it came out of his hands or not?
They may have to look at it from a different angle.
Yes.
Because it looked like
Nate
Kendall Wright was in front of the ball from this angle.
Nate's hands
this might be better. I agree with you. There's nothing there to overturn it.
Nothing there to overturn it.
I think these refs might be scared to make those type of calls also. They're not even Division
They have been
refs.
under the microscope.
Yes, right. Watching some of these preseason games, they have blown some calls, but the regular refs do that as well. But they have a lot of pressure on them just to live up to everything that's going on.
And they didn't get an easy start. They get a controversial play right off the bat that an experienced ref may have a hard time calling. That's a tough play.
That's good for them. This is what the preseason is for, right?
It's for them too, right?
It's for them too, so why not get it started on the right foot, let them make a hard. I don't think they overturn it. There's not enough evidence there to overturn it.
Well, having said that, that means they will. Because
let's see.
I agree with you. There's nothing there to overturn it. But
so we'll see, though.
Don't y'all know about the home field advantage?
Yeah, exactly. And we're in Seattle, right?
There's that look one more time. It just certainly doesn't look like there's anything there.
Pick 6.
They're looking at it on their Jumbotron here, and the fan agrees with
That's a great play by Brandon Browner.
Yeah, Brandon Browner in his rookie year goes to the Pro Bowl.
That's a great way to start off your second year, I'll tell you that much. That builds a lot of confidence for yourself and defense.
He is a king-size cornerback at 6'4", 221.
Wow.
They've got the biggest corners in the history of the NFL, because on the other side is Richard Sherman, who's 6'3", 195. That is, I would call that a secondary of the 21st century. I think you're going to see more and more of it.
Yeah, that's great.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
As we suspected, it's 6 points for the Seahawks, and it's time for the extra point, and Stephen Hauschka is on to kick.
But to your point, the secondary is a very opportunistic secondary and very good. The safeties on the back end, Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor.
They both went to the Pro Bowl as well.
Yeah, I mean, so this secondary is young. and they're very active. So I'm not surprised by the result. But it was a fluke play. I mean,
that's football, man. Things happen.
You are the master at that. You were always
I was
around
very
the ball.
opportunistic. That's just one thing. You go to the ball and things will happen for you.
The snap is there, the hold is down, and the kick is good. And 9 seconds into the preseason, Mike Munchak is staring at a 7-0 hole as the Seattle Seahawks have jumped out to a quick lead.
Well, we're just going to press reset and start over, have another kickoff.
The good news is you've still got a full game to get it back.
Absolutely.
Munchak in his second season guided this team to a 9-7 finish a year ago. And guys, who would have thought that coming off the lockout with no OTAs that he would get this team together and post a winning record?
I didn't think it was possible. I thought he would finish 8-8, very best. Or even
and they
7-9.
could have. I mean, that's 9-7 with the loss to Indianapolis. And
they let a couple games go that they definitely should have won. And then you factor in they didn't have Kenny Britt. CJ got off to a slow start. That means people had to step up on that team, most especially that offense, and they did a great job without having any not preseason, but off-season work, not working together, new coordinator, new head coach, new coaches. So, you got to take your hat off to last year's Titans team, but that's last year's team, and they should be ready this year to really play some really, really good football.
And they should be able to build off of all of that momentum.
That's like a foundation. Last year was like a foundation.
Absolutely.
Well, we're kicking off one more time, and we've got the same result.
It's good.
The Titans will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Matt Hasselbeck from a year ago, the most prolific passing season since the Titans moved to Nashville. 3,500 yards, 18 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. The most prolific season since Warren Moon was the quarterback, and he happens to be in the broadcast booth to our right, calling the game for Seattle.
That's hard to believe, but that's great.
So the Titans reset 1st and 10 with Hasselbeck under center. He's got the first-round pick, Kendall Wright, wide to the left side. He gives to Chris Johnson, who's taken down deep in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. Let's take a look at the Titans' offensive starters, the backs and receivers. Matt Hasselbeck, of course, is the quarterback. Chris Johnson, Quinn Johnson, no relation in the backfield. Nate Washington, Damian Williams, your receivers, and Craig Stevens, the tight end. Offensive line, Roos, Hutchinson, Velasco takes over for Eugene Amano, Leroy Harris, and David Stewart. 2nd and 14. Another hand to Johnson. Cuts it back to the right side, and he's got a burst of speed. CJ bursts across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Chris Johnson, coming off a dismal year last year, was criticized for not being able to hit the hole, but he makes a choice to cut back and picks up a few yards.
Defensive starters for Seattle, Bryant Jones, Mabane, and Clemens up front. The linebackers, Leroy Hill, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright, and in the secondary, 3 of them went to the Pro Bowl, Sherman, Thomas, Chancellor, and Browner. So 3rd and 4 for Hasselbeck, who's got 2 to the left and 1 to the right. And the crowd giving him a big welcome back. Quick throw to Nate Washington. He's got the first down.
Good pitch and catch.
Let's take a look at this one from above, Eddie, and see how it translated.
Absolutely. You see Nate Washington here in the slot. Matt Hasselbeck sees him. He throws a quick slant, and Nate had a career year last year, over 1,000 yards. I think he's going to have an even bigger year because of his role in the type of plays that Chris Palmer's been able to draw for him.
Chris Johnson swarmed in the backfield and dropped for a very short game.
With a back like CJ, that's what the defense has to do. If this guy gets going, it's going to be a long day. You see how the defense gets to him, and they smother him. They don't allow him to go.
Chris Johnson, 1,000 yards for most backs would be considered a good season. It was the worst season of his NFL career.
And like to Keith's point, a lot of defenses were putting double edges outside, not allowing him to get to the edge. So they're forcing him to run in between the tackles, which is not his strength. He's a guy that makes you miss and get upfield.
Right.
2nd and 9. Johnson play action, setting up a screen. Chris has got on one hop, and that's going to be ruled incomplete. Guys, we should also talk about the changes on the offensive line. Fernando Velasco is the starting center now. Eugene Amano just hurt a week ago in camp. torn tricep. He's out for the season, and they add Steve Hutchinson to replace Jake Scott. He's a 5-time All-Pro and a 7-time Pro Bowl player.
But Velasco's been in the system for a while. Fernando was there when I played. He's been on practice squad. He's made his way up. So he's definitely ready to handle this situation. It's his to lose.
3rd and long for Hasselbeck. Blitz is on. It's another screen to Johnson. He drops the football, and Eddie, he had a bunch of room to run.
Yes, he did. I mean, this preseason, he's trying to get his flow back, and there's no excuse for that. I mean, here it is. Does a nice job of setting it up. He's very patient, waiting for the defender to pass by.
But turned his head.
Turned his head, trying to get upfield for a big play. But hey,
that's the first thing you learn. You can't go nowhere without the ball, man. Catch the ball, turn upfield, follow your blocks. CJ just has to have a little more patience. You know, how you going to catch the ball if you ain't looking at it?
Absolutely.
But he wants to impress a lot of people after last season.
Prove something. No, he's out to prove. He had a great offseason, worked hard. So he knows he only has a limited amount of carries. He wants to get it done.
Brett Kern with the punt and a nice tackle. Oh, but Tommy Campbell doesn't take him down. And it's a nice return by Phillip Adams. And it looks like Campbell is down. We're heading to break with the Titans down 7-0. And Seattle will see their offense for the first time when we return on the Titans Network. Welcome back to Seattle, where Tommy Campbell looks no worse for the wear. Let's take a look at the play again, though, guys. Phillip Adams gets hit, and 2 knees hit the ground, and yet the whistle doesn't blow. Interesting.
Yeah, he just stuck his head in there, made a nice football play.
Right on the thigh.
Yeah, his knees are down. I don't know what they're talking about out there.
Well, it's 1st and 10 for Seattle from their own 15-yard line. The quarterback is the newcomer, Matt Flynn, formerly of the Green Bay Packers. He's got one back in the backfield, and he's throwing on 1st down to Golden Tate, the Nashville native. Look for a quick 5 yards. Let's take a look at Matt Flynn. Just got signed to a massive deal in the offseason. 518 career yards, over 400 of them in one game, and all 6 touchdowns against Jim Schwartz, Detroit Lion defense.
It's not a good look for Schwartzy up there. He got Matt Flynn.
You know who's a big fan?
One game?
Matt Flynn.
One game.
Matt Flynn paid.
Matt Flynn owes Jim Schwartz a commission.
All capital letters.
2nd and 5. Leon Washington with the handoff. He's got to burst over that left side. Hakeem Ayers, 2nd man aboard, takes him down, but he's got a 1st down. Let's take a look at that Seahawk offense. They start with the backs and receivers. Marshawn Lynch coming off a Pro Bowl season. His fullback, Michael Robinson, also went to Hawaii. Ben Obamanu, Golden Tate, and the tight end is Zach Miller. The offensive line, Okung McQuiston, Unger, Deuce Latui, and Brino Giacomini.
This is good work for the defense. You know, they have this quarterback competition with Seattle. Defense is definitely going to get tested tonight.
Flynn with another handoff. McCarthy misses in the backfield. Cameron Wembley comes across and finally makes the play on Leon Washington.
You had a chance to talk to running back coach Sherman Smith of the Seattle Seahawks, and he feels like his backfield, the 1-2 punch with Leon Washington and Marshawn Lynch, probably one of the best in the league. And you see him coming off tackle.
Like to see Witherspoon make that tighter.
Yeah, you got to make it tighter.
Got to make it tighter so your linebacker can make the play. You see, McCarthy overshot it. If that was tighter, he would have been right there for TFL, tackle for loss.
2nd down and very short. Flynn with a long count, and he's going to hand again to Washington. Takes it over the left side, tripped up by Colin McCarthy, but he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, Seattle.
Let's take a look at that Titans defense. We start on the line. Derek Morgan, Derek Marks, Jarrell Casey, and the newcomer, Cameron Wembley, brought in to bring some heat on the quarterback. Hakeem Ayers, Colin McCarthy in their 2nd years at linebacker, along with Will Witherspoon, McCourty, Griffin, Babineau, and Alteron Werner joins the starting lineup at cornerback this season. 1st and 10. Pernell Egbo is in the game at left defensive end for the Titans. Play action pass. Flynn dumps it down low. He's got his man for a short gain. That's Robert Turbin.
You like to see that as a defensive coach. You had 3 players over there around the ball making the tackle. The Titans defense is definitely running to the ball today. Nice little swing pass. See McCarthy take his drop. And then Alternaun Verner makes it come in. Witherspoon, McCarthy, they're all there knocking him down, putting hard plastic to his body, make him feel those hits.
Turbin rushed for 3,300 yards and 40 touchdowns at Utah State in his career.
Impressive.
2nd and 5 for Seattle. So Derek Marks quick off the snap, and Turbin is dropped by Colin McCarthy.
That was a great play. He anticipated and shot the gap. That's what you got to do. When you think too much as a linebacker and football in general, you know, Ed, you can't play full speed. That's what's great about Colin McCarthy and this defense now, because they're comfortable. They played 39 snaps from 4 rookies. I'm sorry, 39 starts between 4 rookies last year. So they already got their feet wet.
Colin McCarthy had 76 tackles last year, 8 for a loss, 1 interception, and 2 forced fumbles. 3rd down and 4 yards to go. They're on the Titans' 49-yard line. Titans bring 4, and the pass is knocked down on the play by Alternaun Verner, but a flag comes in afterwards.
You can't even touch anyone in this league anymore.
Yeah, everything's
tight coverage, man. You got a tight coverage. This is definitely an offensive-friendly league. It always has been, but it's definitely showing its face more now.
Spoken by a linebacker, Eddie.
I'll wait till after the call. This is
Pass interference. Defense, number 20. It's a spot foul, automatic first down.
Let's take another look at it.
I definitely agree. And he sees Verner in the slot. He comes across, and it was a great defensive play, I thought.
Came around. He's got
his outside arm out.
No, it didn't even have his hand on his back. I mean,
these refs are going to call it tight, man.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to call it tight. Like I say, they're a little nervous. Some of them, their first preseason game.
1st and 10 now. Flynn's got time, slings it to the outside. Nice tackle on the play by Akeem Ayers, who takes down the fullback, Michael Robinson.
Yeah, that play you definitely got to limit to 2 or 3 yards. You know, fullback fast to the flat, he more than likely will make the catch, but you got to be right there on him to make the tackle like you see Akeem Ayers do.
Eddie, Akeem Ayers had a good rookie season with 88 tackles. What does he have to do, Keith, to make it a great second season?
He just has to get confident in the defense. He has to get confident in himself. He just has to know his role. Once you know what you're doing and you know what you're doing every time, you don't have to think. You have to just go out there and play. And he's a big, strong kid. I met him in the locker room, and he surprised me by his size.
2nd and 6, Flynn throwing again, and that one's complete at the 30-yard line. Jason McCourty makes the tackle after the first down by Dion Butler.
Flynn has a lot of time back there. He's sitting back there making a cake, you know, and I think that's what the Titans need to get more of. That's why they brought Cameron Wembley in.
And brought Keith Millard in.
Absolutely, to get that pass rush going, that 4-man pass rush. That's what Jerry Gray said that we're going to see today. You're not going to necessarily have blitzes and stuff. He's just going very vanilla to see these guys play, to make it easy on them.
And a nice pocket to throw out of. 1st and 10, 6:45 and ticking in the first. Seahawks on top, 7-0. Another handoff. Turbin. He's got a long game. 9, almost 10 yards, setting up a 2nd and short.
The Seahawks offense is churning. They're wearing the defense down. You see the guys.
And you'll see how their offensive line is coming off.
Firing
the Titans.
off.
I mean, just creating a new line of scrimmage down the field, getting to the 2nd level.
Once you get the
2nd level, it's a problem. The running back can now come downhill, so the Titans have to shore up front because they're not running any games. They have to get up and get penetration and win the line of scrimmage.
That's where it all starts.
222 pounds, a downhill runner. Flynn scrambles out of the pocket, slings it out, he's got him. Nice tackle on the play by Alternaun Verner.
Alternaun Verner, he's busy.
Yes,
when
he
you
is.
see him, when you call a guy's name a lot, that's how you can tell. And it's only been the first.
But you always call his name, whether he's getting picked.
Yeah,
he tackles well in space, and that's something Jerry Gray talked about. He wanted to see his players tackle in space. It's the first time they've been able to take guys to the ground. He does a nice job of getting his head right into the kneecap and take his legs out from under him. So good job, Alternaun Verner.
Flynn is now 5 for 5 in the ball game, facing a 3rd and 3. Looking to the left, he's got Leon Washington for another first down.
They're picking them apart. They're not letting the defense get in the rhythm. You see Seattle's offense is in the rhythm. Matt Flynn has control. Their offensive line is coming off the ball. Tennessee's defense is definitely not in the rhythm.
Eddie, Flynn looked like he knew where that pass was going before the snap came.
Yeah, basically he just said, hey, you know what? He has a free release. The running back didn't have any pass protection assignments. So he saw him out in the flat, picked up the first down, he played into the sticks, and did a good job of identifying that.
He was already out-leveraged the linebacker. You go with that throw right away. That's a signature play on 3rd and short in the NFL.
Well, it's 1st and 10 from the red zone. Leon Washington breaks a tackle from Sinderic Marks for a short gain. Kick off the NFL season with the Titans Back to Football 5K. Sign up today to run in the 5K, and you get a Titans game ticket, start and finish the race at LP Field, and a Titans 5K running shirt. For more info and to sign up, log on to titansonline.com.
See if this defense can make a stop in the red zone. Just because they get down here doesn't mean they have to score. That's what we always used to say. Just because they're in the red zone doesn't mean they have to score any points. You know, they're in field goal range, yes, but it's better if you can make a turnover right here, give your offense the ball. Look, all these yards are for nothing.
2nd and 6. Another hand. Colin McCarthy, nice into the backfield and drops him for a 3 or 4 yard loss.
That's what I mean about Colin McCarthy getting settled, understanding where he belongs in this defense. You see him shoot the gap. He didn't wait. You know, Brown, the rookie, he waited a little bit and wasn't able to get in there and make the play. I'm sorry, that was Will Witherspoon who didn't shoot. Colin shot, made the play, tackle for loss. 3rd and 10.
As a linebacker, is that a called blitz, or is that just recognition and shooting the gap when he sees it?
Because that was recognition. You know, if it was a blitz, he probably would have been creeping a little more. That was definitely recognition. The other day at practice, he was saying to himself, you take it, you make it. I seen him make the same play in practice, meaning if you take that gap, you got to make the play.
Flynn on 3rd and long. Pressure coming, and he's dropped on the play and sacked for the first time in the ball game. And who else? Carl Klug, who led this team with 7 sacks last year, fighting his way in for the first sack of the preseason.
And it was a coverage sack, dropping 7 guys, bringing rushing 4, and it's a good job by the defense making the windows real tight for Matt Flynn to throw through. He had 1 to 2, went back to 3. Couldn't find it, and Klug came off for the sack.
Yeah, Akeem Ayers and Derek Morgan, they're not going to get credit for that, but the way they came off the left edge and forced Matt Flynn to stay in the pocket allowed Klug to get there and the other D linemen to be disrupted. They kind of just forced them right into the
Stephen Hoshko with a 41-yard field goal. It's up and it's good, and the Seahawks have added 3 more points to their lead, and it made it a 10-0 lead, but the Titans are back on the attack when we return on the Titans Football Network. Pete Carroll and his Seattle Seahawks lead 10-0 here at CenturyLink Field. 15 plays, 62 yards. The drive took 9 minutes and 17 seconds, but the Titans come up with 2 big defensive plays and hold them to 3 points.
Yeah, it was a great play. Colin McCarthy shooting on 2nd down, shot the gap, made a play, made it 3rd and 10. They were able to get off the field, only giving 3 points. And it was great for the defense. That's a confidence builder because the Seahawks did drive all the way down, but they were able to get off the field with just allowing 3 points.
And you want to win in the red zone.
All the time.
Meaning that you don't want to give up 6 points. You want to give up the 3.
Yeah.
Carson Wiggs a little shorter on the kick. Mariani bringing it out. Hurdles the 20 and across to the 23-yard line.
I like
Matt Hasselbeck on for drive number 3 as the Titans try to get on the board. We'll see how the Titans offense does when we return. They trail 10-0 in the first. Hasselbeck back for a 3rd series, was scheduled to play 15 to 18 plays tonight. Obviously the first drive was only 1 play, so he'll get a 3rd series this evening with the Titans down 10-0 with 2:46 to play in the first quarter. Corey Curtis with Eddie George, the College Football Hall of Famer. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Keith Bullock,
Thank you, Keith.
the legend in his own mind.
Definitely in my own mind.
Definitely a legend, though.
All right. Kendall Wright, the first-round pick, is split wide to the left for Titans. Chris Johnson right up the middle. Takes contact and is dropped after about a 2-yard gain. CJ now with 4 carries for 9 yards.
Yeah, I've been there where CJ was at. You know, when the holes aren't there, you begin to press. You begin to do things outside the framework of the play, but there he stayed true to form. The hole told him it was his read told him it was back inside. Went inside, was trying to get 2 or 3 yards, but he's not. He's got to allow the game to come to him.
I like to see him lower his shoulder.
But he's 200
like
pounds.
I mean,
that's not his game.
That's his choice.
That's not his game.
Coming off the holdout of a year ago, he's got a lot to prove. He knows it, wants to do it. Hasselbeck leaves the pocket, throwing downfield to the big tight end,
Nice.
Jared Cook, for a first down.
Great play. Jared Cook definitely came into his own last year. I remember when he was a rookie, you know, expecting him, big things of him, and he was able to have a great year last year. He had 49 catches. Stellar. Nice play for a big man.
And Matt Hasselbeck, an exceptional job of getting outside the pocket, extending the play, had CJ in the flat, but elected to go over top to Jared Cook, and like you talked about, really came into his own, becoming that hybrid tight end that they can rely on down the field.
Oh, yeah, you can
stretch
split
the
him
field.
wide and everything.
Absolutely.
He can do that Gronkowski stuff.
And Munchak says he has to be a part of every game for this team. 1st and 10, the Titans are at the 43. Hasselbeck out of the gun. And he's forced to call a timeout. We'll head to another timeout as Matt Hasselbeck heads to the sideline. The Titans trail 10-0. This is the Titans Preseason Network. Welcome back. Chris Johnson hoping to reestablish his presence as the fastest man in the NFL. For more on that, Dawn Davenport.
He wants to establish his presence as one of the fastest men ever. We want to get you involved in our broadcast through Twitter. We have a Twitter question. We'll give it to you now, and then in the second half, we'll take some of your responses. Here you go. Could CJ beat Usain Bolt in the 40? CJ says yes, he can. I want to hear your responses at Dawn Davenport. TN, let us know. We'll talk about it coming up here in the second half.
Usain Bolt is the gold medal winner in the 100 and 200 meters, and CJ has said he could take Bolt in the 40-yard dash.
CJ might have been drunk when he said that. I don't know about all that. Did he watch the Olympics?
10. Lots of noise for Hasselbeck, who completes the pass to Nate Washington. It's a good test for Hasselbeck and the Titans handling the noise.
And I think that Nate Washington will have another great year in this offense. You see him on the out route. But this offense that Chris Palmer runs is a receiver-friendly and quarterback-friendly offense. This offense is going to resemble what you see out of the New York Giants run and the New England Patriots. The pass setting up the run.
Hasselbeck to throw one more time. He's got Washington again, and this one's for a first down. Nate had 74 catches last year, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. He was the go-to man for Matt Hasselbeck.
Yeah, Nate stepped up big time last year. Kenny Britt went down. Nate's not naturally a number 1 wide receiver, so he was thrusted into that role last year.
But you don't need to be in this offense.
He did a great job, stepped up, and that allowed other people to step up. That's why the Titans have the depth that they have and the weapons that they're developing now.
Johnson in the backfield gets it one more time. He makes one man miss, but Earl Thomas takes him down, but we've got a flag on the play.
That's the type of run you want to see for CJ, though. He went in there, like you said. He got in that little lane. He got physical when he had to, and he finished the run.
But go ahead. Did you see how he was picking his way through the line of scrimmage?
I did.
Let's get the call from Bruce Hermanson.
Offense number 76, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
That's big country, Dave Stewart.
You don't want to see that. As a running back, when you get something going, something positive going, and a holding call happens, it discourages you. You're right back at square one again. But you want to see CJ run with more determination and run with a little bit more passion. Like you saw it last year when he kind of went in the hole, stopped his feet at the point of contact. He's got to be able to run through his tackles and do a good job there.
Matt Hasselbeck is 3 for 3 on this drive for 32 yards. He's throwing one more time. Short over the middle to Jared Cook. And Cookie's got about a 3-yard gain, setting up a 2nd down and 17. Jared Cook, Nate Washington, Damian Williams, Lavelle Hawkins, all 4 had career years, and the coaching staff probably deserves a lot of credit for it.
And think about it. Just with no OTAs last year, had the training camp, trying to learn a new offense. The bar is being set right now that this thing can really be explosive. This offense can be really special this year, even without Kenny Britt.
Absolutely, and that the absence of Kenny Britt gave other people an opportunity to step up.
The first quarter is complete. It did not go the Titans' way. They trailed 10-0 after the first 15 minutes, but we've got plenty more football ahead on the Titans Preseason Network. Welcome back to CenturyLink Field for the second quarter. The Tennessee Titans are on the attack. 2nd and 17 for Matt Hasselbeck, who hands to Javon Ringer. He cuts it upfield for a short game, about 3 or 4 yards. Corey Curtis, of course, with Keith Bullock and Eddie George. And guys, a rough start for the Titans, but they're getting their feet underneath them.
Oh, yeah. You know, when you have the pick six, first play of the game, that's not how you want to start off the preseason. But it's not all not lost. I mean, you want to come out, play some good football, see where you are, see how your guys play in space defensively, try to get some things going offensively. So it'll wrap up, things will settle down, and I think they'll start to score some points.
Yeah, the defense did a good job, to stop the scoring drive. The Seahawks were moving, but they did a great job to hold them to 3.
Great stuff in the red zone from the Titans defense with the sack. Hasselbeck on 3rd and long, going deep for Damian Williams, hangs it up, and it is intercepted on the play, picked off by the Seattle Seahawks. That's Richard Sherman making the play, and the Seahawks are back on offense. And, guys, we've talked about Matt and the fact that he is willing to take some chances in practice and in the preseason.
Yeah, that was one of those chances. He let his guy try and make a play.
And Richard Sherman makes the play. The Seahawks are back on the attack when we return on the Titans Preseason Network. Welcome back to CenturyLink Field, where the Titans trail the Seahawks 10-0. Titans football brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Corey Curtis, Eddie George, Keith Bullock, and Dawn Davenport on a beautiful night in Seattle. And Keith, you say this is a beautiful position for the Titans defense.
Yeah, when you think about it, Matt tried to make a play, threw it deep. It's like a punt. They have the ball at the 6-yard line. The defense can make a stuff, make a stand, allow these guys either the Seahawks to make them punt, change field position. The offense can get it at midfield, and it works out.
Or get a turnover. That could be very aggressive in this position, too. So if it were a regular season game, you could see a lot of them being very aggressive in their play call in terms of blitzing.
Matt Flynn still in at quarterback. We will see Russell Wilson eventually. Standing at his own 1. Flynn throws it out to the left side. It's complete. Akeem Ayers on the tackle as he found his tight end, Zach Miller, setting up a 2nd and short.
See, as Akeem Ayers gets older and he understands the defense more, he'll be on that right away. He'll be able to jump that flat route and make that play. I believe that's a play he can make, but he's sitting looking at the quarterback, 2nd-year guy, with his eyes in the backfield where his eyes should be on his coverage.
That could be 6 points.
Definitely would have been 6 points.
If were you out there?
I'm not saying
the
that.
The red gloves would have been on the football.
The red gloves.
2nd and 1, high backfield. Zach Brown showing blitz. Hand off for a first down.
Tackling is the worst thing, is a coach's nightmare in the first preseason
Well, they
game.
haven't tackled to this point.
And that's exactly why it's a coach's nightmare. You look at the film, your defense looks sloppy. It could be an advantage for offenses, but this is the first time the defense on either side gets the tackle. So that's what preseason is about, working out the kinks and playing together.
And getting live fits, too.
Absolutely.
You see, I saw Brown go in there, make a live fit, taking him up. Got washed inside, now the running back to cut it backside, pick up the first down.
That was Robert Turbin with the carry. Turbin on the play action now. Flynn across the middle. Nice hit on the play, but caught. That was Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson, he's a big safety. I remember seeing him at camp, and I was like, this guy is a monster. I don't know how it's going to equate, but his eyes were on the prize. He came up, he made a nice hit as soon as the tight end caught the ball, and he minimized the damage of that pass.
6'2", 206. This is his 3rd season with the Titans.
And Big Cam getting a hit on the quarterback. Those hits pay off after a while.
Cameron Wimbley, the American Ninja.
American Ninja Warrior.
He looked good on that show,
I'm going on there next year. Wow.
We'll take a look at that in a little bit.
I'm going to go in there.
Wimbley is a pretty amazing athlete. Flynn to throw one more time. Oh, the middle and picked off by Colin McCarthy.
Nice.
McCarthy gets to the sideline, and the Titans are in business.
They call him Pimp C. All he does is make plays. Colin McCarthy, that was a great drop in coverage.
And we've got a fight on the field, and it looks like Derek Morgan threw a punch, and now we've got 2 flags.
That's not good.
Great recognition by McCarthy on the pick.
Great.
But we'll see if the Titans are still on the Seahawks side of the field or if we'll have offsetting penalties.
That's the way to step up and make a play. The defense, they just gave up a 15-play drive last time they were here, and they just made a play and got them off the field.
We'll figure it all out when we return. The Titans trail 10-0, but are back on offense. This is Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network. How you can qualify for your free personalized Titans jersey when you open a Titans checking account exclusively at Pinnacle. Visit TitansBanking.com for more details. Pinnacle Financial Partners, bank like a Titan. So Jake Locker is in at quarterback, the pride of Ferndale, Washington, a town of about 11,000. You see what he did at the University of Washington, basically the second greatest quarterback in that school's history.
I went over there just a couple days ago, and he has the record for a 40 time up there, 4.38.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's out of here.
Yeah, 6'3", 235 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Yeah, big man.
And there's a lot of number 10 jerseys here tonight. As I said, he's from Ferndale, a town of about 11,000, and they're all here. Also here, over 100 players from the University of Washington. I'm sure here to root on the Seahawks, but also to root their man on, Jake Locker.
He just got a big standing O.
He should get one series with the first team. Hands to Chris Johnson, cuts back to the middle, makes him miss, and he can't get to the sideline, dropped for a 2-yard loss.
And that's the problem. CJ's got to come tight off of his lineman's legs and hit it up in there. He had some space there. From my vantage point, it looked like he should have put his shoulders down. He takes the stretch play, comes up. He's got to attack that space.
He's got to press the hole a little more to the outside.
And take his inside shoulder. Take the strong safety's inside shoulder. He makes the right read. Now he's got to come upfield right now. It's a good job of keeping his feet and keeping the play alive, but he's got to get north and south. He can't afford to lose yards.
2nd and 11. Lavelle Hawkins is into the game. He'll take the handoff. He's got all sorts of company in the backfield, and he is dropped for a huge loss.
Seattle, I know one thing. Seattle is coming out with some fire. They're taking this first preseason game like it's the first regular season game. Their tempo is up. Their motor is running. They know what they want to accomplish out here in this preseason game.
I never liked reverses, but had
48 stayed home. The safety stayed home, and it was not a problem to make that play. He stayed home. He bought time for the defensive end and the linebacker to swarm, and it was a loss of about 8 yards.
That was Mike Morgan on the play. 3rd and very long for the Titans. Locker out of the gun. Another screen goes through Chris Johnson's hands, and the Titans will have to punt. Chris's 2nd drop of the football game.
Tighten up, CJ. I know it's the preseason, but you want to come out here and get all the good work you can get.
That's right.
And, he's got some carries. He had some balls thrown to him. He hasn't made the plays that I'm sure he would like to make. It's the first preseason game, but you gotta work.
And again, he is. I know where he is right now. He wants to make the plays. He's pressing right now to try to do too much to accomplish that.
Let it do what it do.
He's got to calm down and let it come to you, breathe, and let the plays come to you.
57 receptions a year ago for Chris Johnson for just over 400 yards. Brett Kern on to punt, kicks an end-over-end kick inside the 20. It's fair caught by Leon Washington, and the Seahawks will take over 1st and 10. Time for another break. This is Titans football, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. The Titans still trail 10-0. Back to a beautiful evening on the scene, setting, and Seattle, Washington. We've also got Keith Bullock's family in attendance tonight.
Word up. That's what's up. I'm glad they're representing.
Who's that? Your auntie and your uncle?
Yeah, my auntie and my drunk uncle.
And they've obviously got the hair in the family.
All of it.
1st and 10. Flynn still in at quarterback. Turbin tripped up in the backfield. It looked like Jason McCourty got some good penetration.
Yeah, Jason McCourty shot off that corner and made the play. He's one of those corners that's not afraid to get physical. He'll definitely get out there and mix it up with linemen, whoever he has to.
It looks like Colin McCarthy may be done for the night. I believe Tim Shaw's gone in at linebacker. McCarthy really picked up, oh no, he's still out there. He's really picked up where he left off. 3 tackles, an assist, a tackle for a loss, and an interception. He has certainly been the Titans' most dominant defensive player in this game. 2nd and long. Flynn over the middle. Goes to his tight end again. It's caught for a short gain. Anthony McCoy.
Yeah, and that cover two, he got the McCarthy to drop up out of there. That's a safe route. You know, that tight end hook up in the middle, get the middle linebacker out of there. That's all they could do. You got to tackle that for a minimum game, have the other two linebackers converge.
And then cover two is designed
for the short
throw, right? You're taking everything back deep, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, last year, the Titans struggled to get off the field on defense. This is a third down. They've got a chance for a 3-and-out. Last year, they gave up 40% of third downs. That's a number that needs to improve. Flynn to throw. Steps up over the middle to Turbin, and it looks like he made the catch and will move the chains.
Yeah, Matt Flynn seems very comfortable out there. About to go with the hurry-up offense, not to give the officials the time. They're messing with the officials. They're not giving them the time to make the call.
1st and 10, and they get that done. Turbin taken down in the backfield by Carl Klug, who makes his second defensive play of the evening.
That guy's a playmaker. Yes. I was talking to Mike Griff on the plane, and he was talking about how that guy gets out there and plays. He has a motor. Obviously, he led the team in sacks last year as a rookie, and he's continuing where he left off, him as well as Kyler McCarthy.
Both were rookies last year. I mean, 2 stars from last year's class, rookie class, so they're definitely paying dividends and growing from their first year down to their second year.
And speaking of growing, he's put on about 5 or 10 pounds since his rookie season, getting a little bit bigger, a little more stout in the middle of the line of scrimmage. Fumbled snap on the play. The heat is on Flynn, and he's down. Derek Morgan will get credit for the sack, and it's going to set up a 3rd and very long.
That's what the Titans needed. They needed something to go their way like that on the defensive side of the ball. Seattle had their good fortune in the first play of the game, the high snap, and the defense was getting pressure. They were able to swarm, and now they're facing a 3rd and long.
What do you call here?
23.
Draw?
It's going to be screen or draw. Right? Screen or draw. I'm playing screen or draw. That's it. Bottom line, screen or draw. That's
Either way, 22 is getting the football.
Yeah.
The Titans have 3 defensive linemen and Akeem Ayers at the line of scrimmage. Ayers is coming. It's not a screen or a draw. It's Golden Tate, the former Pope John Paul star, Notre Dame star.
Well, I guess I was wrong, but I would have still been playing.
Wrong.
I still would have been playing screen or draw.
Well, they get off the field, the most important thing. I think they're going with the safe throw here, throwing it out the slant route,
Nice
knowing they're not
tackle
going to
by
get
Werner.
it. Yep. And now they're playing. That's what the Titans needed. You know, like you talked about, Keith. Sometimes in this league, or a lot of times in this league, you need a little luck. And the ball has to bounce your way sometimes. So there you have it with the Tennessee Titans.
John Ryan on to punt. Mark Mariani on to return his first punt of the preseason. Good snap. Short kick. Out of bounds, and the Titans are going to have very good field position. We got plenty of Titan fans in the house. Of course, Jake Locker might have something to do with that. He'll take the field. When we return, the Titans trail 10-0. Locker is in at quarterback. He's trying to beat Matt Hasselbeck for the starting job. The question is, does he have to dramatically outplay him to do it?
Good question.
No, I'm just going to go out and do what I can control and be as good as I can be. And I've said that from the beginning. And, you know, I don't know what it's going to take to win the job. I don't think anybody does. But I'm going to go out and play as well as I can, be as consistent as I can, and see what happens.
Locker on for his second series, only got to throw 1 pass. It was a quick hitter to Chris Johnson on the sideline that was dropped, but he's throwing on 1st and 10. He goes for the first round pick, Kendall Wright, who squirts forward for a first down. Kendall Wright catches his first pass as a Tennessee Titan.
That's great. That's great for them, great for Kendall to get his feet wet, great for Jake to make a completion, and now they're going, hurry up.
Titans get on ball at the 45-yard line. Kendall Wright, a prolific career at Baylor. We've got a stoppage of play on the field.
The player's helmet came off, so I think the new rule is that the helmet comes off and the actual play, he has to come off the field for that play.
Is it if he takes it off or if it just pops off?
If it pops off. Now, I know that's the rules for college.
It's a safety issue
here he comes off.
because they've got to make sure that the helmet isn't broken.
That's ridiculous. So he has to come out. He has to come out for a play and get replaced. So that's what they're correcting right now.
That's the veteran, Marcus Trufant, coming off the field.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm throwing at whoever just came on the field because he's automatically the weak link.
That would be Byron Maxwell in his second season from Clemson, number 41.
Byron, baby.
Locker looks to throw, goes to the left side. Damian Williams with a nice snag, and he's taken down on the play by Phillip Adams.
Yeah, the Titans are going to this 5-wide up-tempo offense, and I asked Mike Munchak when we're going to see that today, but he said no, of course not. But we're seeing it here tonight, and Jake Locker trying to get into some type of rhythm to keep the defense on their heels.
2nd and 4, Locker to throw. Craig Stevens drops it. Kendall Wright almost catches it, but it falls incomplete. Guys, Kendall Wright, the first-round pick, some were surprised the Titans went wide receiver, but when you look at his body of work at Baylor, it was prolific. He finished his career with 302 catches for 4,000 yards. He just last year in his senior season, 108 catches, 1,600 yards, 14 touchdowns, of course, catching passes from the Heisman Trophy winner. And he has been everything they wanted him to be. Now he has to do it in the games. Locker on 3rd and 4. Steps up and throws. Looked like he was a little early, but Williams can't hang on, and it's incomplete.
Refs are very inconsistent.
Yeah,
I mean, they called one on Werner earlier, which looked like this had way more contact than Werner.
He got there earlier.
We are in Seattle. Corey Curtis with Eddie George and Keith Bullock. And the Titans,
are going for it.
Down 10-0, are going to go for it on 4th and 4. You know, people wondered what kind of coach Mike Munchak was going to be. Being an offensive lineman, they assumed conservative. He has proven to be anything but, both offensively and in situations like this, not afraid to roll the dice. And it'll be interesting to see if they use Jake's feet as a way of getting these 4 yards. They roll him out to the right side, and he finds Williams, but he can't hang on. And the Seahawks will take over on down.
These guys are not helping their quarterback out. You know, there have been some plays that the ball has been there. They got to come through. I understand it's the first preseason game, but you got to make the plays for your quarterback.
The Titans still trail 10-0. The Seahawks have the ball when we return on the Titans Preseason Network. A lovely evening on Puget Sound as the Titans trail the Seahawks 10-0. Titans football brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Seattle back on offense, and Matt Flynn continues to be the guy. It looks like he'll finish the first half. In the second half, we'll turn things over to Russell Wilson, the rookie from Wisconsin. Last year's starter, Tavares Jackson, not scheduled to play tonight. So 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Flynn to throw. Pressure's on. Zach Clayton has him and drops him for a sack.
That's big. That's big. That's good. I'm sure Jerry Gray's happy to see that they're getting pressure with 4-man rushes.
Right.
You know, that was the problem that they had last year. They were 31 in sack total, and they're getting pressure with 4-man rushes. That's where it all starts. It starts up front, and Jerry Gray is starting to get those guys going.
Yeah, he just keeps working, kept working, and the hustle paid off. You know, flushed him out the pocket and was able to keep him down. Zach Clayton on the sack.
Second season from Auburn. Mike Munchak says this is the hardest working defensive line group he's ever been around. Sweep to the left side. Duzable misses, or Keontae Dawson misses the tackle. Zach Brown and Al Afalava are there to eventually bring down Turbin, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 5 yards.
Great crackback block on Patrick Bailey. Watch this. Bam!
Wow.
Don't you hate that, Keith? You ever get cracked back like that?
That happened one time in Oklahoma. That's why I always say keep your head on the swivel.
Matt Flynn, 11 of 12, 72 yards with a pick, and he's been sacked 3 times in the football game. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. The Titans with a chance to go 3 and out. Flynn looks to his right, and it's dropped on the play. And the Titans will, in fact, get off the field. That was the tight end, Anthony McCoy. One of the Titans may have gotten a hand on that.
No, that was a great play. Ryan Mouton came up. He hit him as soon as the ball got there and was able to knock the ball out. And these coaches are looking to see what Ryan Mouton is going to do on this squad, because he's been here, I believe, going into his 4th year. He has a lot of talent. He's been plagued with a few injuries here and there, and he just hasn't really been able to get out there and do his thing yet.
Last year lost it to an Achilles injury, which is never good.
Yes.
Happened very early, so he's had a full year to recover. Another punt for Mariani, who's going to fair catch it at his own 6-yard line.
Not a good decision. Let that ball go. Let it go.
Yeah, you don't want to have your offense starting at the 5-yard line coming out, and they're already struggling, you know. But it's preseason. You work those things out. Mariani's been to the Pro Bowl as a kick returner, so he knows better.
And Allen's going to discuss that with him. Hey, let that ball go, you know. If it goes over your head and your feet or your toes are on the 10-yard line, let it go over your head.
But this is good. Let's see the poise Jake Locker has coming out backed up. See how he could, control this offense.
And we've got a lot of changes on the offensive line. And we've got Javon Ringer into the game. And Taylor Thompson, the rookie tight end, has entered. And he has a very interesting story. Locker hands to Ringer, and he is met in the backfield and dropped. He'll lose 1 or 2 yards. Titan fans, don't forget a limited number of Titans single-game tickets are now on sale. Get your Titans tickets and be there this season to catch the Titans at LP Field. Stop by the LP Field ticket office, call the toll-free number, or log on to Ticketmaster.com to get your Titans single-game tickets. 2nd and 12. Jake Locker standing on his own 3-yard line. 2 tight ends. Hands again. Huge hole over the right side.
That was great blocking.
Yes.
That was great blocking.
Javon Ringer did a nice job of seeing the hole. They were running the counter play. And you see the backside guard pulling.
Ryan
Duran leading the way. A huge gaping hole. You know what? And I know CJ is looking like, man, why couldn't I be in there for that? But that's how it goes sometimes.
Cameron Graham, the tight end, he looked a little indecisive, number 80. But
he got out the way. Getting out the way. He got out the way, period. That's what just get out the way. And Javon Ringer did a nice job of seeing the hole and exploding through and getting upfield going toward the goal line.
A 20-yard gain for Ringer. And Locker will throw on 1st and 10. Steps up in the pocket. Deep over the middle. Kendall Wright for another Titans first down.
Good job.
Great poise by the second-year man from Washington.
But you see, that's what will help a young quarterback. When you have a running game going, you see Ringer burst out for 20 yards, and then he's able to make that play.
And you'll see they're getting a 4-man rush. He steps up in the pocket and delivers a nice strike.
See the route,
Kendall Wright coming back toward the ball. Good job by both. Pitch and catch, and that's what you want to see out of your quarterback and your receiver.
1st and 10 from the 39. Another handoff to Ringer. This one up the middle as well. Bounces forward for about a 1-yard gain. 3 minutes remain in the first half of football.
And if Ringer can stay healthy this year, he's going to get some more carries. They want to get him more carries. Also Harper, they want to get him more carries along with CJ.
Chris shouldn't get more than 15 to 20 a game.
Carries?
Touches.
Carries.
Carries, right. But they want to get him more touches in that regard. But Javon Ringer, I really like his style. He runs hard in between the tackles.
Empty backfield for Jake Locker on 2nd and long. You might want to look for number 84, the tight end here, Taylor Thompson. Instead, it's Mark Mariani who grabs it with his hands and snaps it forward for a first down.
Man, this guy has a tremendous amount of poise. He has a great pocket presence. He's a leader. You know, he's pretty impressive from what I'm seeing right here.
Mariani runs a comeback route.
Got to the sticks.
Got to the sticks.
First down
nice
was.
Job. And to your point, too, the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of giving him clear windows, the pocket to step up into and throw the ball downfield and make the strikes.
Guys, that's the 2-minute warning, but the Titans are on the move at the Seahawks 46-yard line. They trail 10-0. You're watching Titans football on the Titans preseason. Welcome back to Seattle, Washington, where the Titans trail the Seahawks 10-0. You're watching Titans football, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. The Titans wearing a special decal on the back of their helmets honoring the late O.J. Murdoch. You see it there at the bottom center. O.J. Tragically committed suicide just before the season. And a couple of his former teammates went down and were a part of the processional in those proceedings. Dawn Davenport has more on the sidelines.
Yeah, guys, Damian Williams actually came up to me before the game. He said he was really good friends with O.J. Murdoch. He was actually one of his roommates, and he said, hey, make sure you honor my guy O.J. We're wearing a sticker on our helmets.
O.J.'s brain will be studied as a part of the studies that they're doing on football players and from the contact. And
but I think it's a purpose issue in terms of your life purpose.
You don't know. Tragically, none of us know. Pass outside to Javon Ringer, who hurdles a tackler and goes forward for a first down. Nice moves by the kid from Michigan State.
And they're going to this No huddle, five wide offense, up tempo, and then they like to get that screen route out to Javon Ringo, who's ever out there, with CJ as well.
He didn't hurdle a tackler. He hurdled his own guy.
He did a great job of picking up the
empty
blitz.
backfield again. Locker, and we've got a stoppage of play. Jake is 3 of 3 on this drive for 39 yards. Bruce Hermanson.
Timeout, Tennessee.
Says Seattle has called timeout. He pointed to Seattle, and he said Tennessee.
Correction. Timeout, Seattle.
The same thing. I think that's the ref that made the wrong numbers. He called Dave Ball for a penalty, and Dave Ball ain't even here.
It's preseason. Give him a break.
He's a Division III
Give
ref.
him a break.
No, I won't.
Give him a break.
I won't.
All right, coming up at halftime, now that we broke up that little spat, we've got an interview with Mike Munchak with Don Davenport. Don will profile Matt Hasselbeck entering his 14th NFL season, and we'll take a look at your first half stats and highlights. That's 1 minute and 33 seconds away. Mike Munchak, guys, would love to see some points on the board, preferably a 7.
Yeah, I think they're going to do it. Locker has control of the offense right now. He's methodically moving them down the field, and everybody seems to be on the same page.
Byron Stingley is the left tackle right now. Mike Otto is the right tackle. Ryan Duran has entered the game at left guard. Fernando Velasco is still the center. Locker rifling forward. He's got Kendall Wright, who reverses his field, gets to the sideline, and has another first down. Nice block downfield by Taylor Thompson as well.
Nice block, but a great route and catch, and right after catch by Kendall Wright.
I like how he turned outside.
Outside instead of back inside. Sometimes it's supposed to go inside, but his instincts, being the athlete, took him outside. And that's all about playing in space. You got to play in space. It's a good job of catching the football, making things happen.
The Titans have entered the pinnacle scoring zone. Locker to throw. Pressure's on. He finds Taylor Thompson for a short gain, and he's taken down, setting up second down.
Sometimes you just got to take what the defense gives you. They give you the short throw, you make the short throw. They're definitely protecting that goal line. They don't want to give up 7 points going into halftime.
Taylor Thompson, a Titans draft pick out of SMU, played defensive end and then enters the NFL as a tight end. Actually went to SMU as a tight end. June Jones takes over the Mustangs program, doesn't use a tight end in his offense, so suddenly he's a defensive end. He was a pretty good one, but they think he can be a great tight end. The Titans have called timeout with 43 seconds left in the first half. And you guys, we were talking in the break, Jake Locker is doing everything you want to see from him.
Yes, he is. He's going against the number 2 defense in the Seahawks, but he's doing what he has to do. He's making the right throws, the right reads, making great decisions. He's sound, he's efficient, and that's what I like to see. And I think if this battle is close, or if he's going to continue to have games like this, then he may start your starting quarterback going into week 1.
The Titans were the 5th best red zone team in the NFL last year at almost 60%. Locker with the crowd bearing down on him, looks to throw, steps up in the pocket. He's got a lane, but he throws the football to the end zone. Incomplete. Eddie, you want a flag?
Am I the only guy that was he all over him?
Hey, what'd you just say? It's preseason. It's preseason. Give him a break.
But calls like that, come on.
Yeah.
Jake had a lane to run.
He has a lane, but he wants to make that throw.
It was tipped.
Okay.
So he can hit him.
Okay.
No penalty.
I didn't see it was tipped.
Good call. Gosh, you guys can't back him up on that. Locker, 5 of 6, 59 yards. That was the right call on the play. 3rd and 8. Ringers in the backfield. Blitz is on. Locker throws. It's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete. And the Titans will try to tack 3 points on the board.
Seattle brought the heat on that play. They're not going to let Locker sit back there and bake a cake. You see they bring the extra blitzer, but he's poised in the pocket. He went exactly, read his hot read and went to the right guy.
Yeah, and it was like a zone blitz because he never rushed number 69 McDonald. Clinton McDonald dropped in the coverage, was able to get his hands up at the line of scrimmage, and that's what you want to do.
Rob Baronis on to kick a 32-yard field goal. Should be easy. He enters the 2012 season with an NFL record-breaking streak of 10 straight games with field goals 40 yards or longer. This kick is up, and it was easy as I said. It's good. The Titans now trail 10-3 with 30 seconds left to play. Rob, in the last year of his contract, has made it known he would like a new one before the season. You see the welcoming committee for Jake Locker. You know, hometown hero.
All 11,000 are here, you think?
All 11.
Nice.
11,000.
They had to get 11,000 tickets?
Yeah, he was asked about that, guys, and said there were so many requests. He told them, your best bet is just to go look for them online because they just had too many.
11,000 tickets.
That's the week that I turn my phone off. I got to change my number.
That's the week where it's like, if you haven't been coming to check me out, don't come and try and check me out now because I'm at home.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? If you haven't brought yourself to Tennessee, hey, just because I'm home, I can't get 50 tickets.
We should congratulate Jake, a new father. His daughter, Colby Jo, was just born in the last couple of weeks, just before training camp started.
Congratulations.
So he's a new dad. Very excited about that.
A lot of sleepless nights.
A lot of dirty diapers.
11 plays, 79 yards, 425. Baronis caps it off with a 32-yard field goal. The quarterback comparison tonight, Matt Hasselbeck finished 5 of 9 with 45 yards and 2 picks. Locker so far is 7 of 13 for 80 yards. It didn't go Matt's way tonight. Neither quarterback has necessarily had a ton of help along the way. There have been drops for both of them. So, and also you have to consider the coaches are probably, from what they've said, looking more at the practice tape than what will happen out here tonight.
Right, exactly.
But then, like, also for Matt, this is his 14th year, so he's not, I don't think he feels like he's in a competition.
Baronis kicks off, and it's taken to the 25-yard line where the Seahawks will take over and with 25 seconds to play, probably take a knee and run out the clock. Don't forget, the Titans are saying there's a fumble on the play. We could still have a chance at a tie game. Bruce Hermanson and his crew are going to be put to the test.
Let's see if they get this call right. Yeah.
These refs are all nervous and whatnot.
Alteron Werner thinks it's Titans football.
At least the call was decisive.
Bruce Hermanson said, "You're wrong."
I need to see Ed Hockley, man. These guys don't fill out their shirts like Ed Hockley. Ed Hockley, man.
Hockley's.
Man, I need to get on his workout program. Was he bigger than you? Nah, not when I was playing. Maybe right now he might be.
Mike Munchak, don't forget Don Davenport. We'll talk with him in mere moments when the first half comes to an end. We'll get his impressions on the first half. 25 seconds to play, and Matt Flynn is under center. He'll hand it off. Nice tackle on the play by Leger Douzable, picked up in the offseason from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that looks to be the last play of the first half. And it in fact will be, as we will head to the locker room with the Titans trailing 10-3. And considering the way this thing started, the Titans are in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they're in great shape. You know, they had the one fluke interception, run back for a touchdown the first play of the game. They had the Seahawks drive, a 15-play drive. The defense was able to hold them to 3, and then now.
Let's head down to the sideline with the coach and Dawn Davenport.
Thank you, guys. Well, Coach, slow start for your offense. 2 turnovers early. You saw Matt Hasselbeck. You saw Jake Locker. What are your thoughts?
Well, like you said, it was some bad luck. That first play was just one of those things that happen once in a million. They get 7 points off, and really his second play, what he threw down there, was more as good as a punt because it was 3rd and long. So that's kind of have to look at that. And you only get 18 plays, so Jake came and moved us a little bit, and again we held to a field goal. So it's what you expect in a preseason game, I guess.
And then you look at your first-round pick, wide receiver Kendall Wright, a little bit slow, I guess, getting into camp a week later, and he was struggling to learn the offense, but he made some great catches.
Yeah, he did. He's exactly what we thought he'd be. He had some nice plays out here, and he'll continue to make plays, and he's probably done for the night, but it's a good start for him, I think, and he'll be fun to watch the rest of the year.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck in the second half. All right, we're not done talking quarterback battle here. We spent some time with the veteran Matt Hasselbeck. That's coming up after the break. Right now, Seattle leading Tennessee 10-3 here in Seattle. We're back after this.
Seahawks 10, Titans 3, the only touchdown of the ballgame. A defensive score by Seattle's Brandon Browner. Let's check out the first half highlights. And Eddie, it starts with a turnover.
Yeah, first play of the preseason. Expecting big things to happen. He throws it out to Washington. Looks like an incomplete pass, but no, goes into Brandon Browner's hand and takes it in for the pick 6. and the Titans down 7-0 at that point.
Next on your Mazda first half highlights, a little defense, Keith. Carl Klug and Zach Clayton.
Yeah, Carl Klug was able to stay on his feet, beat the cut block, make the sack, picked up where he left off. Constant defensive pressure. You see the defense swarming, and Clayton was able to get after the sack.
Javon Ringer, Eddie, gave the Titans something out of the backfield.
Javon Ringer finding a nice hole up the middle for a 20-yard gain. And again, you see him here taking the screen for a nice game. Makes the hurdle, showing his good feet, and picks up the first down. Doing it through the air and on the ground.
Let's take a look at the Tennessee Lottery. First half statistics. First down, Titans actually had the edge there, 9-8. Rushing the football, not what you want to see, 21 yards. The Seahawks had 47. Titans almost 2-1 through the air. Kind of surprising, but Jake Locker did get it going to finish the first half. Neither team very good on third down. Turnovers, too many for the Titans with 2. Time of possession belongs to Seattle.
Yeah, and you expect to see sloppy play. This is the first preseason game. You know, everybody, this is the first time they're taking guys down. So you want to see sloppy play, but within it all, you know, I extract out the good, and I see Jake Locker really stepping up. Colin McCarthy making big plays. The defense starting to come alive a little bit, making plays. Held their defense with their offense, the Seahawks offense, the 3 points in the red zone. So it's a lot of good things you can extract from all the mess that you're seeing so forth.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think the defense got great work. You figure Matt Flynn is trying to be a starter. He's in a quarterback competition. So the Titans' first-team defense really got to look at a true first-team offense. You know, those guys are coming out to try and impress their coach, it's a win starting position. So, you know, it's not about necessarily the first preseason game.
Just opening up, going through the motions. You're seeing a different energy.
Absolutely. And from both offensive and defensive standpoints, you got to think the coaches are calling very vanilla calls. They just want the guys to go out there, play some football so they can evaluate them in a live situation.
You see on the sideline Jake Locker with the baseball cap on with quarterbacks coach Dowell Loggins. I believe Jake will be finished. And Rusty Smith, standing to his right, the third-year man from Florida Atlantic, should be taking over the rest of the way at quarterback for the Titans. The Seahawks will start the second half with the football as Rob Baronis prepares to kick off. He kicked a 32-yard field goal just before the half to get the Titans on the board. Deep in the end zone, looks like Coy Francis, a cornerback, excuse me. Coy Francis. Short kick by Baronis, and Francis has got a chance from his own 2. Across the 20 to the 25, and the Seahawks are in business.
That's good work. You know, you don't really get to cover live kickoffs in practice, and with the new rule, they're mostly touchbacks anyway. So at the end of the day, that's great work for the special teams to be able to come out there and get a live tackling kickoff. And they covered it well.
So the Seahawks will take over at the 27, and Russell Wilson from Wisconsin has come in at quarterback, 5'11", 206. Last year threw for 3,100 yards, 33 touchdowns, a 191.7 passer rating, the highest in NCAA history. And he's throwing on first down. On the run to his right, and it's almost picked off on the play by Robert Johnson, and we've got a flag on the play.
That's a terrible call. That's a terrible flag. He threw it because the tight end got tripped up, and the safety was on his back and fell on top of him. He basically tripped the safety.
So you're saying the receiver fell down, and then the defensive back
see
fell
the play.
over him. But Wilson looks like he can really run.
Oh, he can. Darrell Bevel, the offensive coordinator, really loves him.
They got their feet tied up. That is
Pass interference.
That's not pass
Defense
interference.
number 32. First down.
That's
spotted
terrible.
foul.
And Robert Johnson's the one who had his hands on the football, so he wasn't involved in the coverage, and that's why he's as mystified as
You still want to give these refs a break? I say bury them.
Hey, you want to go out there and?
Not at all. I'm cool right here. Baby. We good. What you got to say, Corey? Next play.
I'm good with my job. Russell Wilson with 1st and 10. Zach Brown shows blitz. Another play action. Heats on from Zach Clayton. Wilson gets it away and caught. I think that's McCoy, the tight end again, and Chris Hawkins is there to make the tackle. They really like Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got a chance, doesn't he?
He has an outstanding chance. Played at Wisconsin last year. Was a transfer from North Carolina State prior to that. You know, led the Wisconsin Badgers to a Rose Bowl, who they lost to Oregon last year.
Great game.
But just but just a phenomenal human being. And Darrell Bevell says he just loves him as a human being. And you know, he's a great athlete, but a better person on top of that.
2nd down, 4 yards to go. This time he'll hand off. Nice play in the backfield. That's Zach Brown, the 2nd-round pick from North Carolina, knifing in and showing off that speed that they drafted him for.
Yeah, absolutely. He played with no hesitation. You know, it's one of those things. Once you're able to know, he saw the play right from snap, and he just goes. He goes downhill, shoots the gap, avoids the fullback, and makes a play, tackle for loss.
Zach Brown, 105 tackles last year at North Carolina, 5.5 sacks, 6'1", 240, and he's a 4'4" guy.
That's great. I know they want to see him a lot out there, see what he can do.
Jerry Gray is very excited about Zach Brown's future and what he can do for this team. 3rd and long now for Wilson. Facing some pressure, chased out of the pocket, back across the middle and complete. Robert Johnson's got the tackle, but it's a Seahawks 1st down. The catch goes to Charlie Martin in his 3rd year from West Texas A&M.
Russell Wilson showing, dropping back, goes out to his right, does it so many times, throwing back across his body. A tough throw to make on this level.
Absolutely.
It's a strike, an exceptional throw, finding in the hole, finding Martin for a 1st down.
Zach Dials was almost able to get that.
Mike Martin from Michigan applying the pressure to Russell Wilson, a guy he chased around a little bit last year. Mike Martin, a 3rd-round pick from Michigan for the Titans. And off again. Turbin getting plenty of work tonight. Tackled on the play by Patrick Bailey. Will set up a 2nd and 5.
That was a great play, actually, by Patrick Bailey, because they ran the misdirection. He didn't cross his feet over, and then he was able to come back over the top to make the play. If he wasn't able to get back over the top, that might have bust for about 15, 20 more yards.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A great open field tackle as well.
For sure. No tackle is the only bad tackle is a missed tackle.
Patrick Bailey and Tim Shaw are really special teams specialists for the Titans, but can contribute at linebacker, which is a bonus.
Yeah, it is. You develop depth, and you get confidence for the coaches to put them in the game.
Wilson throwing again. He's going deep down the sideline. Braylon Edwards has got the football, and it's a Seahawk touchdown. Edwards was locked up with Tommy Campbell.
Excellent. 6'em. Braylon Edwards is looking like he want to play some football again. He's been missing. He's been on the back of a milk carton for about 3 years.
Yes, he was.
39 yards.
Russell Wilson in the play action delivers a beautiful ball for Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards knew he was going for the ball. As a veteran wide receiver, hand on the back of the jersey. Wow. Tommy Campbell goes
came out and he pulled it back in.
He took it away from him.
They might want to review that.
Tommy Campbell's a long guy. He has long arms. Yeah, and he can run, obviously, but that was just a jump ball. And I'm not saying Braylon Edwards is a better athlete, but on that play, he
Braylon Edwards is a 1st-round draft pick, and he's playing in the 3rd quarter.
He's a veteran.
I mean, he was just on the street 2 weeks ago. You saw him on Hard Knocks.
PAT is up, and it's good. And a 39-yard touchdown from Wilson, the first of his NFL career, goes to Braylon Edwards. Titans trail by 2 touchdowns. We return after this on the Titans Preseason Network. Russell Wilson with a 39-yard touchdown pass to Braylon Edwards. Eddie, you said he's a veteran. That's a veteran move right there.
That's a veteran move. Right hand on the back, holding the jersey down just enough. Really screening himself off from the rest so he couldn't see it. And goes up for the touchdown.
It allows him to get that jump over Tommy Campbell.
Yeah, Tommy Campbell could physically not jump to the football because he was being held down. Lavelle Hawkins from his own end zone slips and falls down at the 15-yard line.
Man, you hate to see that. I mean, I've never really played that much on this. Is it that slippery, Keith?
Yeah, I played out here
before. He tried to cut on the inside leg.
Yeah. I played out here before. It's not that bad. It's pretty relative to any field turf field with the rubber surface under it.
That's the 2nd or 3rd time I've seen somebody coming out the cut slip and fall tonight.
You know what? You gotta kind of figure out what cleats you're gonna wear. You can't necessarily wear the screw ins, or they might dig too much. Sometimes you just gotta make whatever you're comfortable with.
Rusty Smith is in at quarterback, 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. He hands to Jamie Harper. Harper with a big hole over the left side, and he runs his load over to the 27-yard or 23-yard line. Jamie Harper, a big physical running back, 5'11", 233 pounds. 17 carries last year for 44 yards.
You figure he's going to probably get some of those carries since he's a big load. He can be really good on the third down situations and goal line. I mean, he is a load. 233, and his style is going north and south, meaning he's going toward the end zone, daring defenders to come tackle him.
With 260-pound Quinn Johnson at fullback, they've got 500 pounds in the backfield. Rusty Smith completes the pass to Hawkins for a first down.
Absolutely. And to piggyback off what you were just talking about, Eddie, I feel if I was a second-string running back behind Chris Johnson, those guys should be hungry because they're going to get opportunities. You're going to get your opportunity, and when you get your opportunity out there, you got to make the most of it.
And not only that, if they begin to get some things going, CJ in his 5th year, you start looking at his numbers and the number of carries, his age, and then the number that he's supposed to make next year. You start. That's the nature of the business.
Absolutely.
1st and 10, Rusty hands. Jamie Harper drags a tackler. Good yards after contact for the Titans.
Harper again coming off tackle. I'd like to see him get upfield a little bit more. I don't like him running sideline to sideline with all that mass. And
yeah, you got to turn up and give it to him. You got to send that message that you used to do back in the day.
Right. He doesn't have the 4.2 speed.
Right, to get to that outside.
You got to punish him while you can.
Because in the 4th quarter, they're not going to want to come up and make those tackles. They're going to be making Olay tackles.
Yeah.
Mariani to the left, Hawkins to the right. Taylor Thompson is a tight end. With Johnson and Harper in the backfield. Draw to Harper. Another nice hole. More yards after contact, and he's got a first down.
Nice run. I like how he got up in there. He could have hit it a little bit more, but look, he got the first down. He knew to go north and south to get the first down.
Let's go to the sideline where Dawn Davenport has a very special guest.
That's right. I got the new guy, the new Titan, Cameron Wimbley here. Cam, they Titans last year, 2nd to last in sacks. They brought you in to help fix that. Can you do it?
I hope so, definitely. I believe I can. As you can see, we got a couple pressures on the quarterback out here today, a couple sacks. So I think we're headed in the right direction.
Now, last year you split time at linebacker and defensive end. Jerry Gray has said you are suited to play on that line. You agree with that? And you kind of excited about this opportunity?
I do agree with it. I'm excited about the opportunity to come out here and get after the quarterback more. That's what they brought me in here for, of course. So just taking it day by day and just coming out here getting some good reps in this game, and I feel good about it.
We got to talk about your off-season training program here. You were on the American Ninja Warrior show. Just kind of talk about it, and how did that end up happening?
Well, I just was down in Florida, and the opportunity came about to go on the show, and I always watch shows like that. It seems exciting, so I just figured, hey, what the heck, I'd give it a try. I'm always talking about the contestants anyway. So I went down there and just tried it out and had fun. I enjoyed it.
We actually have video of that, and it was absolutely amazing. I think what people don't understand, you're 6'4", 255 pounds. The guys you're going out, what are they, 5'4"?
Yeah, they were little guys, man. They were getting through that course easily, but, I enjoyed it. I got some tips from them, and it helped out when I was doing it. I was just glad that I was able to complete the course. A lot of people didn't get to complete it, even though they were, lighter, smaller contestants.
Of course, it showed how athletic you truly are. Now, another side story here, you like to train with your dog. What is it, Yogi? And how long has Yogi been around?
I got Yogi right when I came into the NFL, so, he's going on 7. I've been having fun with him. In the off-season, I usually get to spend more time with him, but, he keeps me in shape.
All right, thanks, Cam Wimbley. Good to have you as a Titan. I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Dawn. Darius Raynaud takes the handoff, bursts over the left side, and he's down to the pylon and in for a Titans touchdown.
Nice.
Darius Raynaud, 21 yards, and just like that, it's a one-possession game.
Yeah, I like that burst that he showed. He saw the seam, and then he hit it. And then what was best is how he finished the play. He was hungry for the end zone. He dove and stretched that ball and hit that pylon.
You're absolutely right, Keith. He ran, he attacked the space. He saw the wide open run, got north to south immediately, attacked that pylon. Did a good job by Raynaud. He showed a great deal of burst.
I played with him my 1 year at the Giants, and he was our punt returner, kick returner, and he was early in his career, but it's glad to see him catch on here and be able to do some things. That was one terrific run.
4th season from West Virginia, and Mike Munchak warned us.
Yeah, he did.
Said if he finds daylight, look out.
Yes.
He's gone.
Yeah, he did.
He showed it there. They're going to review the play.
Under review.
I think this is annoying because they review every touchdown now, and there's something else. The new rule, they review every touchdown and every turnover. So that's going to stop the clock. I think they're just, trying to get more sponsorship dollars.
Probably, it's a business.
I think most of all, guys, they want to get the call right. All right. All right. Well, we're going to go to break. We'll check out the review and see the results of it when we return. The Titans, as of this moment, trail 17-9, thanks to Darius Raynaud. You're watching Titans football on the Preseason Network. As you can lightly hear, the call has been upheld, and it is a 21-yard touchdown for the fourth-year man from Luling, Louisiana. Darius Raynaud, who puts on a big-time move to find the pylon.
Awareness 99. He knows he's going out of bounds, but he gets that right hand down to give him balance and use that to propel him to the pylon, stretching it out with his left. Great athletic play.
Can't teach that. That's just something you know from playing in the park. I remember my brother always used to tell me, how hungry, how bad do you want that end zone? And I know you as a running back, you know for sure because you got there a lot.
The best thing to do as a kid is to play free-for-all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's the most what you're going to get.
The PAT was good, and the Titans have made it a 7-point game. It's 17-10. We'll return. You're watching Titans football. Check. Had to like what he saw there. A 21-yard touchdown from Darius Raynaud capped off a 7-play, 84-yard drive that took 4 minutes and 7 seconds. You're watching Titans football, brought to you by the good folks at the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Corey Curtis with Eddie George and Keith Bullock, and of course, Dawn Davenport on the sideline. 8:04 left to play in the third quarter. 17-10. Rob Baronis slated to kick off one more time. Fielded 2 yards deep. The tackle is made by one of the Titans' rookies, Devin Aguilar.
Like to see the kicker put that through the end zone to allow for at least run for, minimal chance of run back. Of course, Baronis can do it.
I noticed that now that the ball has moved up to the 35, they're getting a running start. Coming up to the ball,
they're
coming
learning.
out the end zone. They're learning. They're learning how to adjust to that.
Russell Wilson back in at quarterback. He was 3 for 3 on the last drive for 59 yards, including a touchdown to Braylon Edwards. Hands again. Turbin getting a whole lot of action tonight. Dropped for a very short game.
That was a nice play by Mike Martin. They said they wanted to see a lot of him. He got out there and was disruptive. That was huge.
Yeah, Mike Martin, went to Michigan, the school that I don't, recognize.
Keith wanted to play at Michigan.
I know, which is appalling to me. However, he's a stout kid, big kid,
Wrestler.
6'1", 300 pounds, yes, and he is ripped in half, man. He's a good-looking athlete.
Of course, Eddie played at Ohio State. They've got a bit of a rivalry with the Wolverines. And we've got movement on the play. Alex Barron, a former first-round pick from Florida State, jumped.
Offense, number 73.
I actually
5-yard penalty.
covered a high school game of Alex Barron's.
Wow. Really?
And you don't see many 6'7" offensive tackles playing high school football. And that was a sight to see. He was a mountain of a young man.
I think that was the best call those refs made all night.
They got that one right? Way to go, Keith. All right, Russell Wilson facing a 2nd and 15. Zach Dials in at linebacker for the Titans, along with Zach Brown. Wilson throws another completion out over the right side.
Found his guy. He knows who he wants to go to. Braylon Edwards.
8th year from Michigan, Eddie.
He was just on the street 2 weeks ago, man, and now he's out here making plays. That's great. I love to see that.
And again, a good veteran move. He gives the fake like he's going outside, the outside shoulder coming back in. And again, Braylon Edwards showing that, hey, I still got something left in the tank.
3rd and short for Wilson, facing a 4-man Titans front. And we got more movement.
And that's what you all tend to see at the end of, later in the quarter of preseason games. You get the guys in there trying to make the team, and they just made another easy call for those refs.
That's Frank Omial from Nashville and a star at Tennessee Tech.
Nice.
Played a bunch of years with the Chicago Bears, and he is now a Seattle Seahawk.
But to your point, Keith, you're right. This is sloppy play. It's the
third,
working
fourth
out
quarter,
third, fourth quarter.
that's when you
third
tend to
string
get
is
it.
right.
Third and long now. Russell Wilson steps up in the pocket. Leger Douzable can't get him, and he slides short of the first down. Zach Brown closed.
That was a great play, though. Even though it wasn't a sack, it was a quarterback pressure. It didn't allow Russell Wilson to get back there, set his feet, and make a play. He had to use his mobility, and Douzable was able to get his hand out there. Like I said, he didn't make the sack, but they got him off the field.
So it's fourth down for the Seahawks, who are set to punt, and the Titans going to get the football back. And after last drive, be interesting to see if they can duplicate that. High spiraling punt. And that's Raynaud. He's showing the speed.
There go that man,
He's playing a lot of special teams.
There you go.
And he shows why. Darius Raynaud
Put him on
to
Sports Center.
the end zone. Titans touchdown, and we're a PAT away from a tie game.
Excellent. He caught it, and he went upfield. He caught the ball, went upfield, and you saw the wall set for him on the outside.
The wall set. Watch this move that he makes here. Beautiful wall set by the Titans special teams play. Watch this right here. This is how you do it. Don't let the kicker beat you. Good move on the inside and showing off that speed. And Keith, your man, is having a good night tonight.
He's having a great night. He almost tore the kicker's ACL.
Since 1999, the Titans have the fifth most return touchdowns. That includes defensive scores as well in the NFL. So they've made a habit of scoring on defense and special teams. And Raynaud has played a number of special teams in the early parts of his career as Rob Baronis lines up for the PAT. He returned 53 punts for an 8-yard average with the New York Giants.
So he was my teammate.
Baronis with the PAT, and guys, just like that, we've got a tie game. 17-17. You're watching Titans football on the Farm Bureau Insurance Tennessee Network. Tied at 17-17. 5:12 to play in the third quarter. 2 touchdowns from Darius Raynaud. The second one, the Taco Bell replay of the game.
Raynaud is doing his thing. Finds the hole. Watch this move right here. Gives it to him. And hits it down the sideline, showing off that speed.
That's that R2 button on Madden. When you hit the R2 button, the juke button.
The turbo.
Yeah, so his acceleration 95.
Acceleration 95, awareness 99.
Another short kick by Baronis, getting shorter by the kick. Across the 25 to the 32. C.J. Woods makes the tackle, but we've got a flag on the play. Lots of return opportunities in this game for Coy Francis.
Yeah, like I said on the last kickoff, you'd like to see that go deep into the end zone. At least give your kickoff team.
Bruce Hermanson calls the hold, and this one's going to come back and pin the Seahawks deep. Darius Raynaud telling everybody how it's done. Titans 17-17. Farm Bureau Insurance Tennessee Network. Only sees a 17-17 game. Titans and Seahawks. You're watching the Titans Preseason Network thanks to Farm Bureau Insurance Tennessee. Darius Raynaud, the MVP in this one. 2 touchdowns. 1 on special teams, 1 on offense. Russell Wilson still in at quarterback with an I formation for Seattle. Wilson throws out to the left side and complete. Nice tackle on the play by Tommy Campbell as Vau Tua, the second-year fullback from Nevada, gets a short gain.
Tommy Campbell is a big guy, man. He came up and laid that hit from that cornerback position. You know, you can tell he's physical. He has those long arms. Very nice-looking cornerback.
He's an athlete, man. He can roll, too. He can definitely run.
Second down, 6 yards to go. Wilson with a hand. Turbin taken down.
Great linebacker.
Tim Shaw, the veteran from Penn State, drops the man. Kick off the NFL season with the Titans back to football 5K. Sign up today to run in the 5K and get a Titans game ticket, start and finish the race at LP Field, and a Titans 5K running shirt. For more info to sign up, log on to TitansOnline.com.
That was great team defense. You see Bailey come up and spill it, and Tim Shaw came over the top and make the tackle. That's how you play linebacker together.
Tim Shaw, the special teams captain. 3rd and 5. Wilson over the middle. That's a first down. Zach Brown on the tackle. Craig Lumpkin, the 5th-year man from Georgia, will move the chains.
Zach Brown's closing speed is serious.
It's impressive.
It's very. He looks like he's a defensive back out there with his feet, but he has the power of a linebacker. And Keith, just let me ask you this: How long did it take you to get comfortable in the defense, and before everything really started to slow down for you?
I'd say like my 2nd year, and then my 3rd year when I became the starter, it was like the back of my hand.
So first down from the 28. Play action. Wilson on the run, throws a strike, but it is caught on the play for a first down. Caught or dropped on the play?
That was incomplete. That was very good coverage by Chris Hawkins. Plays through the receiver.
Chris Durham with the drop. First incompletion of the night for Russell Wilson.
The receiver got his hands on the ball, but Chris Hawkins stayed with it. He came through with the other hand from the other side and didn't allow him to really catch and grab the ball. That was a great play by Hawkins.
2nd and 10. 3:07 to play in the 3rd quarter. Play action for Wilson again. This one's complete. And he's going to be a little bit shy of the first down. Sean McGrath, the tight end, makes the catch.
And Rutan comes up and makes the play in space, and that's what you have to do. And, you know, I've always liked him ever since he got here. He was always a guy that made plays, and hopefully he can find a spot on this roster. And, you know, maybe not as the nickelback, maybe the special teams, but he is a guy that has a knack for making plays like that in space.
And he's had a good camp.
Yes, he has.
Tommy Campbell has been coming in nickel situations, and Werner's been sliding inside, but he's pushing for playing time. 3rd and very short. Wilson to throw again. Over the middle, and that's a first down. Zach Dial is on the tackle. And Charlie Martin on the catch.
And to add to your guys' point about Mutan, and all these guys out here, all these guys in the preseason, they're trying out for the team that they're playing for now and every other NFL team there is. You know, if they don't make this prospective ball club, the Titans or the Seahawks, they get a lot of film, and then these other teams, they're going to go around and see what teams didn't want what, and then put them on their roster. So they're competing for a job all over the league.
1st and 10 from the 43. Another play action for Wilson. Steps up in the pocket. He's got room to run. Gets a nice block. Makes a man miss, and Mike Martin without a helmet is chasing him down. We've got a flag on the play. It's going to be a clip at the end of the run, a block in the back.
It's going to be a penalty on Mike Martin. If your helmet comes off, you have got to stop your play. You cannot go out. If you're engaged in a block, you can have it all. But if you have to run, if you're running downhill, you can't do it.
Let's get the call from Bruce Hermanson. There was one of the Titans was applauding on the sideline.
Block in the back. Offense number 17. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, I guess I was wrong.
I mean, you could have been right. I mean, the refs, they are replacement refs.
Helmets come,
they might not know that rule.
Well, look at him. Look how he's chasing him down.
I like his hustle. I like everything about it. But look, when your helmet comes off, chill out, man, because if you get hit in the head with that helmet off.
But he's a rookie.
I mean,
and he doesn't want to be called out for not hustling.
Nah, that's fine. I'm with him. You show it all. Put it out there. Let the coaches see it. But you got to also think about your safety too.
Even with the penalty, it's a first down for the Seahawks from the 44th, which appeared to be about the spot of the foul. But it's 1st and 10. 1:30 to play in the 3rd. Wilson can throw and he can run. And he'll throw again. He's got all sorts of pressure.
Smart.
Throws it away.
Smart.
Malcolm Shepard, number 96 for the Titans, was bringing some heat.
Shows a good football IQ. He got out of the pocket. He was forced out. The good pass rush from the Titans, and he just threw it away. He ain't trying to make a play, didn't try and do too much. He got the ball out of his hand and out of play.
He's known for that too, Keith. Even going back to college, playing at Wisconsin, always a smart player, knowing when to get rid of the football, how to get down, when to slide, when to run. Just so efficient, so smart inside the pocket, makes great decisions.
Titans D-line is putting that pressure on him, though.
2nd and 10. Play action for Wilson. Scott Solomon's in the backfield. Wilson buys time, short completion. He's greasy fast.
Oh, he is.
He's played a lot of good football. He's played a lot of good football at NC State as well as Wisconsin.
There was some question about his height being an issue.
Drew Brees all the way. You look at he has that type of ability to be a star in this league, regardless of his height, because number one, he wants it. He wants to be great. He's going to do everything it takes to be great. And he has all the intangibles to accomplish that.
He's 9 for 11 for 99 yards. 3rd and long. Titans need some pressure. Pass is deflected on the play and falls incomplete. I think Malcolm Shepard, coming from that right defensive end position, got his hands up and knocked it down.
Yeah, the Titans D-line has been very active today. They've had 2 sacks, a bunch of pressures. These quarterbacks, when they've had an opportunity from Seattle to set their feet, they've made and completed passes. But the pressure, the hands up, the awareness to know that the quarterback's trying to get it out, and that Drew Brees, he's a short quarterback, so that might have affected him a little bit right there.
Shepard, 6'2", 289, 3rd season from Arkansas, also a contributor on special teams, and can also slide in and play defensive tackle. He can fill a lot of roles.
Swing guy.
You can never have too much depth on the D-line.
New punt return man for the Titans is DJ Woods from Cincinnati. He'll fair catch it. Find out how you can qualify for your free personalized Titans jersey when you open up a Titans checking account exclusively at Pinnacle. Visit TitansBanking.com for more details. Pinnacle Financial Partners, bank like a Titan. 22 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Speaking of jerseys, we have new NFL uniforms this year presented by Nike. The Titans uniforms look a lot like the old uniforms. The Seahawks uniforms do not. I think you guys are split on those. Rusty Smith still in at quarterback for the Titans. Big kid, 6'5", 226 pounds. He's manufactured a tie game. Came in down 17-3 at 17-17.
No overtime.
Jamie Harper turns it up. And that's a pretty good run just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just got to take what you can get. He could have made it worse if he tried to run around and go backwards or whatever, but he just fell forward. A guy like that, his size, he should fall forward.
Right. The 3rd quarter has come to an end, guys, and it is 17-17. This quarter, all Titans, specifically all Darius Raynaud, who lit it up on offense on special teams. 21 yards on the run, and then he goes down the sideline on the punt return. And the Titans are back in business. Tied at 17 as we head to the 4th. You're watching Titans football on the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network. Titans and Seahawks are all knotted up at 17 as we head to the 4th quarter of play. And guys, not so pretty early for the Titans, but really, ever since that pick to start the game, things have gone a little bit better.
That's how it is in this league. You get out to a bad start. Things don't go your way in the beginning, but as the game unfolds, it starts to go in your favor. We see some really good things tonight out of the special teams play and some of the young guys.
Rusty Smith throwing on 2nd down, and Rusty is sacked, Keith.
Yeah, I was going to say, absolutely. It's a 4-quarter game. You have to play all 4 quarters, and that's what it is. You got to just keep chopping and grinding the axe, as they say. And Titans got back in the game. It's a tie game in this 4th quarter. It's going to be pretty exciting.
But that's how these preseason games go. You're out of it the first 3 quarters. You're down by a couple touchdowns, but one big play here, another big play there. Guys are trying to make the team get good film out there. You're seeing some passionate football being played.
Yeah,
they're not just going through the motions. So you're seeing a good product out here tonight. So that's what we're seeing out the Titans.
Are you guys predicting screen and draw on 3rd and long from inside their own 10?
Yes.
Draw.
It's not a draw, and it's not a screen. It's a penalty. We've got a procedure, and the Titans will get backed up a little bit further.
False start. Offense number 68. half the distance to the goal. Still third down.
Byron Stingley, the second-year man from Louisville. Here are your Tennessee Lottery third-quarter stats. First downs, Seahawks 14-13. Rushing yards, pretty even. Passing yards, pretty even. Turnovers, 2-1, and the Seahawks dominating time of possession. 3rd and 19. Rusty Smith will take this snap from his own end zone. And this is a draw. And Harper is stacked up at the 1.
Yeah, he was able to get out of the end zone. His forward progress got him out of the end zone, but they're going to be punting deep. And this is always tough for a punter because he doesn't get to take his full drop, so to speak. So he's punting from the short field.
The distance, right. He has to be careful not to step in the back of the end zone because they'll call that a safety.
So Will Batson, welcome to the Titans, will make his first punt of the preseason with his heels pressed up against the back of the end zone. Batson's a rookie from North Alabama. And he gets it away, but it's not pretty. Checks up out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So the Seahawks will definitely be in business starting deep inside Titans territory.
Yeah, as a defensive player, you hate to see that, but just give these young guys an opportunity to step up. Step up right now, make a play. You're playing the short field. It's a tie game. You don't want to give up. You give up 10 yards here, they're already in field goal range. So you got to play it tight. You got to get them off the field. You really need to make a turnover because you don't want to give any points away.
All right, right. So in this situation here, Keith, would you, if it were a regular season game, you'd be pretty aggressive in your play calling?
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, you figure they'll come out trying to run at first. You know, you could do a run, stop, and blitz, but definitely if you can get them in second and long, you can kind of send the house at them and force them to make a play. And as you see, you get Russell Wilson off the spot. He's not as effective as he is when he's in the pocket.
So the key is winning on first down.
Win on first down gives you a chance to win on second and third.
Still 13 minutes to play, though. A field goal is a victory for the Titans here.
It is, but you never want to be down in the fourth quarter.
See, I love his mentality. He doesn't want to give up any points.
Nothing.
That's why we were so good back then, because he understood that, listen, if they're on our 10, they get nothing. Nothing.
Not here.
I love that. I love that. See, some things, I like the mindset, man. You know.
I appreciate that, man.
Good stuff, man.
All we can do is reminisce now.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Well, you know, Keith, Eddie's the College Hall of Famer. He's the Heisman Trophy winner. But you are Mr. Monday Night. Because you said, I am Mr. Monday Night, and then backed it up as you picked off Drew Brees not once, not twice, but 3 times on Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
this was the Keith Bullock calling card.
Yeah, that was fun, man. You know, anytime you get the opportunity to go out there under the lights. In New York, we didn't play under the lights. We had our games in the daytime, man. I got a chance to make plays, and I called it. I just happened to make it happen.
Calvin Lowry cost you 6 points.
Yeah, he should have blocked.
First and 10, Russell Wilson with the handoff. My apologies to Calvin. I've been hearing about that for about 2 weeks.
It's true, man. He got that block. I would have been able to do my dance.
Hey, do you miss the game at all, Keith?
I watch it. I enjoy it. I love it from a fan standpoint now because when I was younger, that's all I used to do was watch football. I had the opportunity. I lived the dream of playing in the National Football League, and then now I can watch it from this vantage point.
Well, the Titans won on first down. It's 2nd down and 9. And Wilson with an I formation, and Tyrell Sutton is now the tailback in the game. Titans show blitz. It's a pitch to Sutton. Aaron Francisco cuts him off, and he goes down.
Great play. Great play. That's the play that's designed to get outside and to get there fast and shut it off before it can get going is key.
The Titans ran that play for a touchdown against Troy Polamalu a couple of years ago.
With Keith's point,
counter flip is what that's called.
So the great play was by Francisco to come down and identify that and take away inside out, correct?
Right, because that first roll is to get you flowing the other way, and they flip it back the other way, and obviously they run that with fast guys, and that running back has the speed to make that play.
Francisco is a veteran, 7th year out of BYU. So Wilson on 3rd and long. Getting some heat from Scott Solomon, slings it to the outside, and Sutton is tackled, and he'll be short. and this will bring up 4th down.
That was a great rush by Solomon, and that's somebody that they're looking to see. He didn't get there for the sack. He got a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, but that's the type of things they're looking to see in the preseason.
And this is a great series for the Tennessee Titan defense, like you talked about, Keith, the 3 and out. Now they're setting up for a field goal, but if something happens, bad snap, they block or whatever, they get 0 points. So this is good for this young defense to have this success, in the preseason game early.
The Titans traded back into the 7th round specifically to draft Scott Solomon, who Jerry Gray said he thinks will probably end up leading them in sacks in the preseason. So Hauschka's on for a 40-yard field goal. He gets it up, and the kick is through and good. And the Seahawks have responded and taken the lead. It's Seattle 20, Titans 17. You're watching Titans football on the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network.
Leading it over the Titans 20-17 right now in the 4th quarter on the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network. Now, we wanted to get you involved at home in our broadcast through Twitter. I asked a Twitter question. I said, can CJ beat Usain Bolt in the 40? Let me give you the history of this just a bit. CJ's people a couple years ago tried to set up a race with Bolt, and they couldn't agree on the distance. Here's some of your responses. Yes, CJ has awesome acceleration. That was a little bit of the problem with setting up the 40, guys.
Rusty Smith completes to Taylor Thompson, and he drops the football, and it looks like the Seahawks have got it. So Rusty goes to Taylor Thompson, and they held him up, and they held him up, and they stripped it out of there.
Yeah, well, Taylor, he'll get used to that. Like you said, he played defensive end in college, and now he's coming back to the tight end. So he'll get used to having the ball, those guys going after it and whatnot, ball security. But he's definitely going to make plays for this Titan team.
And the ball was tucked. It was a great defensive play.
Yeah,
right.
Heath Farwell.
Defensive side they get paid too. So, that stuff happens. Like you mentioned, he'll get used to it. They'll know when the ride is over, go down.
Right.
And he hasn't had to protect the football in a long time.
In a live situation in the NFL.
With jobs on the line.
Right.
So Heath Farwell makes a great play for Seattle and punches it free. And once again, the Seahawks are in great position with the football deep in Titans territory, 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Russell Wilson still in at center, at quarterback. Deep over the middle, it's picked off on the play. Interception by Zach Dials, the veteran from Kansas State, gets it back just like that. Wearing number 53.
Oh, he's representing the
5 trade, baby, out there making plays. That's what I'm talking about. Man to man, he just took the tight end up the seam and made the play. Great.
And then the Titans are back on offense when we return. 20-17 on the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network. 17 in the 4th quarter on the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network. Rusty Smith back in at quarterback, and there's Chris Johnson. What do you guys think? Can he beat Bolt in the 40?
I'll give him. We probably can get him in the 30 or 20.
The fans are split.
I'm not giving him anything.
Sunshine says no way.
Yeah, I'm with Sunshine.
Darius Raynaud, could he beat Bolt in the 40? Because he looks pretty good tonight.
I don't know if he can beat Bolt, but he got some jets. He has some nice cuts, and looks like he's comfortable back there in that offense.
He does. He really does. And you talk about him being a 4th-year guy, Keith. He could probably make this squad, as a special teams guy. It's going to be hard to keep 4 running backs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's, like you talked about, he's making film for somebody that can definitely be used. Maybe the 3rd down package, I don't know. But Bernard definitely has excellent speed and game skills.
Smith, play action. Being chased, finds Raynaud, who falls down, and he'll lose 3 yards.
Yeah, Raynaud, like I say, man, he had the nice run. He showed his skills out of the backfield, and then he came back and showed his skills in the return game as a punt returner. So he gives the coaches a lot to think about, and he put himself out there to have some nice film. So with the Titans or another team around the league, you can see Darius Raynaud in the NFL for sure this year.
He tied the West Virginia record with 12 touchdown catches in 2007. So he's a very good receiver as well, obviously, as a runner.
He can do it all.
3rd and long, the fans are making some noise for Rusty Smith. They're bringing the heat. Pass is complete to Taylor Thompson. switches hands with the football and gets the first down.
There he is. That was big for Taylor, for him to come back, make a big third down catch, and to hold on to the ball. All it is building confidence each play. And like I said, he's going to be a player for this team this year.
Yes, he is. And I see why Chris Palmer is excited about an offensive coordinator for the Titans. He comes across field, reads the coverage man to man, gets open. He has good acceleration for a big guy, too. 6'6", 268.
That's a load.
It's a load
away
coming
from
at
that
you.
linebacker.
1st and 10. Smith over the middle, knocked down, incomplete. Looked like he and James Kirkendall were a little crossed up.
Yeah, they were. In this offense, you're supposed to, as a receiver, have the option based off of coverage to either sit down in coverage or run a comeback or run a man route. And at times, until they get on the same page, you're going to have that miscommunication. That's what we saw there, Smith.
Rusty's 5 for 6 in the game for 55 yards. Kevin Matthews is in at center. It's a draw to rain on. Stutter steps in the backfield, picks a lane, and goes for 7-8 yards.
And that was nice. I felt like he didn't even get blocked for it, and he made some yardage.
Making things happen. But the thing is, you make things happen moving forward. And like you talked about, Keith, he takes the draw.
I thought 58 was going to get him, but he's frozen.
Froze him in the backfield, made something happen, but got upfield.
Absolutely.
Sets up a 3rd and short. 3 yards to go with 8:30 to play, and the Titans are on their own 41. Kirkendall to the left. Preston is out to the right. Over the middle to Kirkendall. He's got a first down. He went left, he went right, he went nowhere.
He did the smart thing. Get down. Got the first down, secure the ball, get down, play another play.
That's right.
Move the chains. Keith Bullock, an expert on offense, too.
Well, he played running back in high school, so he knows.
Yes, I did.
How many yards you have?
Oh, man, I don't know.
Did you have 1,000?
No.
Oh, no, you didn't play running back. You were just a guy. You were just a guy. No, you're just a guy.
I had
just a guy.
I had a
It's
7
Mr.
yard
Monday
per
Night
carry
you're talking
average,
about.
bro.
Herb Donaldson's entered the game, and Herb hurdles a couple of tackles and gets out of bounds. Now, Keith, you told me last night Nebraska recruited you to be a running back.
Yeah, absolutely. And linebacker. That's why I didn't go. See, all the teams that wanted me to play linebacker, I didn't go to. Syracuse got me with the banana in the tailpipe. They're like, yeah, come on. You could play safety. So I played safety for 2 years, and they moved me to linebacker. At least they were good liars.
It worked out.
It paid off, though, right?
The best recruiters really are.
Yeah, it worked out.
If Penn State had just lied to Eddie a little bit better, he could have played at Penn State.
Who, Keith?
You know, you.
Nah, I ain't give a fuck about him.
They just told you you were going to play defense, so you went to Ohio State. Screen to Donaldson.
Nice play.
Blocking downfield. Herb breaking tackles. Running with conviction for a first down.
That's the type of run I like to see. Herb Donaldson. Look at he's leaving them laying on the field. Two guys are getting up slow. That's what you gotta love. He's looking to hit somebody. He's not looking to run for a touchdown. Herb Donaldson takes the screen pass. Does a good job of being patient. Turns up inside. Look at him. Trying to hunt guys at bow.
Punish.
Bam. Punish him.
Ooh, yeah.
Look at running them over. That's how you run. He reminds me of Lorenzo
Great
Neal when
block
he
by
runs.
Durant right there.
5'11", 221 out of Western Illinois. He's a leatherneck. It's Herb one more time over the right side. Nice cut up field for a strong gain.
Herbie the love bug doing his thing.
That's it. Great analogy. He does look like the love bug, right? The buggy.
Yeah.
He does a nice. Good things happen when you get upfield. Good things happen. Running hard, breaking tackles, running with a purpose. Herb Donaldson showing that, hey, he belongs in the squad as well.
Rusty Smith looks good too, guys. Definitely for sure. He's handling his business.
Herb has gone to the sideline.
Darius.
There goes our guy. Back in the game for 2nd and 4. Play action for Rusty. He's looking to DJ Woods, and it's knocked out on the play, but there are an army of flags on the play.
Army. Jeremy Lane.
Jeremy Lane, a cornerback, about to be singled out.
Wearing
Rookie
number
from
1.
Northwestern State. You don't see that very often.
Yeah.
You're the one. You're the one.
Let's see if they get the number right. That is a laundry pile.
Pass interference. Defense number 1. First down at the spot of the foul.
It was a large. Only one flag. Right? All of them wanted to get in on that, didn't they?
Because they all saw it. They all wanted to make the right
I
call.
got the right call.
All right.
Oh, man.
Let's count them up, guys. Here comes the ball. Here come the flags.
Definitely a PI. Here we go.
One,
Left, two.
Come on,
Let me get in there
late to
too.
the party.
There was 3. We saw it at the end.
First and 10 for the Titans from the 14. Darius Raynaud over the right side. This time he's dropped for a 3-yard loss. Raynaud, that was his 5th carry. He's got 30 yards now and a touchdown. He's got 85 yards in punt returns for a touchdown and 1 reception. The Titans have entered the Pinnacle scoring zone. Score big with Titans checking exclusively at Pinnacle. They're on the 18, and it's 2nd down and 14 yards to go. 5 minutes to play, and I've got 2 guys in the booth.
We need a touchdown, baby.
Who are pulling for 7 points. Play action. Rusty by himself on the right side of the field. Throws it away.
Good play, Rusty. Play another down. You don't want to give up a turnover this deep in your territory this late in the game. You want to be able to tie the game with the field goal.
It looked like he gave his receivers extra time to work as well.
He saw the receiver crossing from the backside. He wasn't open. He gave him time to get there. They just threw it away.
So it's 3rd and 14. They're going to have to advance the ball considerably to go for it on 4th down. Yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is you don't have to get it all on this play.
No, you don't. You can even look at this as 4th down territories. The preseason, run your 4th down package if you get close enough.
LaQuinton Evans has entered the game. It's a screen and it's incomplete. It just didn't develop. There was too much congestion in the backfield.
Yeah.
And Mike Munchak's going to have no choice but to kick a field goal.
Tried to run the screen to the right, and just too much pressure, and he couldn't deliver the ball to Donaldson in a clean way. You see him release, feeling pressure, and it goes, oh, Donaldson dropped it.
He was a little behind him.
A little behind him. But your hands touch it, you got to catch it.
Well, Will Batson, who punted that last punt out of the end zone, is now on to kick a potentially game-tying 36-yard field goal. Line it up from the right hash. Low snap. Kick is up. And it is no good.
Oh, man.
It started with the snap. Brett Kern did a nice job of getting it on the ground.
That's unfortunate.
But Batson.
It is. That's unfortunate.
And the Titans still trail 20-17 with 4:46 to play. Mike Munchak needs the ball back. You're watching Titans football on the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network. Titans still trail 20-17. Let's check out our Ford drive of the game. It came in the 3rd quarter with Rusty Smith calling the shots at quarterback. We start with a nice run to Jamie Harper. He barreled forward for a nice game. And then it was Rusty Smith going downtown 39 yards to Mark Mariani. That sets up Darius Raynaud, who makes his bid to make this team with a 21-yard touchdown plunge. The Ford drive of the game. Seahawks back on offense. We just had about an 11-yard run for a 1st down. There's Raynaud. 2 touchdowns, both the Titans scores in this game. The 11-yard run for the Seahawks makes it 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Let's head to the sideline for Dawn with a special guest.
That's right, special guest, quarterback Matt Hasselbeck. You spent 10 years here. Good Lord, it's loud here.
Yeah, it's loud. It's a preseason game, too. It's usually not as loud, but the crowd was into it. It was kind of a fun game to be a part of.
You like coming back here?
Well, this is the first time. I would have liked to start it out better. I mean, seeing that first play was, I saw the ball bouncing around. I was like, no, it was like slow motion. And, you know, that was unfortunate, but it's a great atmosphere. I think, you know, everyone got to enjoy the city yesterday, and I think just enjoying a cool atmosphere to play a football game.
Can you take too much out of the start here, the slow start from you here?
Well, yeah, I think you got to be real critical of yourself any game you play, good or bad. you're going to get funny bounces and stuff, and it was obviously not a great way to start. But I think the team's battled back. It's hard in the preseason. You don't get to play too much. But the team's battled back. We're in position to win this game. We blew another opportunity right there. But we got a chance to win it. We're still in it.
I know you look at the center position. You guys lose a mono for the season. Fernando Velasco steps in. Mike Munchak said basically it's his job to lose. You feel comfortable with him?
Yeah, I think he did a nice job. Our headsets went out for a little bit, and so we didn't have as much time at the line of scrimmage, and I think he did a nice job of, we're using a silent count because of the noise. We're dealing with some adversity with the headset thing, and, he didn't flinch. He's leading the troops up front, and, we had no issues with the snaps.
Last question, we got to see first-round draft pick Kendall Wright in some game-like action. What did you think from a quarterback standpoint?
Well, he looks great when the ball's in his hands. There's some things that I know the coaches and guys like Nate are working with him with, just depths of routes and technique type stuff. But once the ball's in his hands, he's explosive. He's really fun to watch.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. The fans certainly still love you here. We've seen signs everywhere.
Timeout.
Appreciate it. Guys, back to you.
Tennessee.
Thank you, Dawn. The Titans have just called timeout. You see some of the signs that are here. I know Matt was signing tons of autographs at the hotel. Obviously loved his time here. Didn't necessarily expect to leave. You see the impact he had on this team. All-time leading passer in yards, attempts, completions, win percentage. Also, guys, it took him to 6 playoff appearances. Took him to a Super Bowl. They almost knocked off the Steelers.
He made Seattle relevant. Took them to the playoff appearance you talked about, Super Bowl appearance. Had some great years. They were dominant. Came down to Tennessee a couple times, put it on you.
Yeah.
3 Pro Bowls.
They smacked us. They had Sean Alexander.
You, yeah.
No, not me specifically. Well, yeah, I guess so. I was on that defense. I got smacked worse before.
Well, Keith, you played against him. What made him good?
He's smart, man. He's smart. He's a true leader. He's one of those guys that he commands the offense. He understands the game. He knows where to go with the ball. He might not be the best skilled guy, but for what he has, he's made the most of it. And I think that he's a quarterback that anybody would love to have leading their team.
Craig Lumpkin surges forward. 2:30 to play, and I think the Titans are...
Titans need to stop. They need to stop right now.
They'll take one more timeout.
Their second charge
As we
timeout.
talk about this quarterback competition,
timeout.
we get together before the game and we toss this all around. And you guys are split on the issue on which way you think Mike Munchak should go.
Yeah, I say, my take is I would go with Matt. Jake Locker looked great today. You know what I'm saying? But you got to see the rest of the preseason. If he keeps looking this good, you definitely might have to put Jake out there. But I say go with Matt initially just because of the schedule. How
New
they
England,
start off.
San Diego, Houston.
But Jake, I feel like he can handle himself. But I'm going to stick to my guns. I say Matt, you go.
Listen, Matt is clearly a veteran. He understands the offense. Great leadership, but at some point you got to let the young guy eat. You got to let him get punched in the mouth. And if he's close, you have to go with the young kid in Jake Locker.
Russell Wilson, play action on 3rd down, pressures on, completes the pass to the tight end, and that's a first down. Sean McGrath will move the chains, and we'll see if the Titans take their last time out. They do with 2:22 to play. But so Keith's got Matt. You see the helmet there. Eddie's got Jake.
I think it's close right now.
Well, I think everybody thinks it's very close, and I think the bottom line is the coaching staff has a great situation because, as they have said repeatedly, they have 2 quarterbacks that they think they can win with. They're not picking between 2 bad choices. They're picking between 2 good ones.
You know what you're going to get out of Matt Hasselbeck. You know what you got. You got a solid quarterback you can rely on. He can play backup. He can start for you. The future is Locker, and his best plays are yet to come. And they can come against a team like New England and Houston because they haven't game play. They don't know too much about this kid and what he can do, and when he unfolds the entire playbook. So I say if it's close, if he was struggling with the offense, don't do it.
Well, like I said, after tonight, he shows a great grasp of the offense, and they can do a lot with him.
Craig Lumpkin, another short carry, will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Did I hear you correctly that you're going to go with your switching now?
Nah, man. I got 3 more preseason games. I'll give you my final assessment after the last one.
Okay.
Well, Mike Munchak is hoping to have a decision after 2 preseason games.
Well, I'll give it to you.
So you'll be late to the party
next week.
All right, we're in Seattle, of course, home of the famous Space Needle. It's 20-17 Seahawks. You're watching Titans football on the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network. Welcome back to the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network. Mike Munchak wondering how much time he'll have when he gets the football back. We think about 30 seconds if the Titans can get a stop.
Yeah, it's a big series. It's going to be tough. They have no more timeouts. Second down. So really, Seattle can run. They can go to fourth down with this if they want to.
They can.
Actually, I think that's what I would do.
They're going to run the football here, and
one first down seals the game.
One first down definitely seals the game. So I don't foresee them.
Could you go play action and try to get 7?
If you're ambitious and you want to,
And it's the preseason.
It's the preseason. You never know. I don't think Pete Carroll's not going to do that.
Looks like power eye, not power eye, but
they got a man split to the left.
They got their bigs in. They're just going to run 24
The Titans
dives.
are stacked on the line of scrimmage. It's the Lumpkin. No, it's Russell Wilson who keeps it himself. He can run forever. Wilson to the 10, the 5, and he is in for a touchdown. Russell Wilson showing the arm, showing the speed. He is an impressive rookie from Wisconsin.
Yes, that was a great play because I'm sitting up here looking for the running back with the ball. Russell Wilson's at the 20.
Russell Wilson showing that he can do it all. Play action fake, bootleg, called run, showing that when he gets out in space, he can score, but I would have liked to see him take a knee right there and run out the clock.
Matt Hasselbeck ran the same play against Carolina. Just didn't quite make it to the end zone.
Yeah, the defensive end didn't even see Russell Wilson rolling out.
An aggressive play call.
Very good night for Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he was very impressive.
Very impressive.
Very impressive. I'd be interested to see him play against the ones.
He didn't get a chance, too.
PAT, kick is up. And the kick is good. Titan fans, don't forget a limited number of Titans single game tickets are now on sale. Get your Titans tickets and be there this season to catch the Titans at LP Field. Stop by the LP Field ticket office, call the toll-free number, or log on to Ticketmaster.com to get your Titans single game tickets. So the Titans now trail by 10 with 1:51 to play. And I think your overtime fears have been quelled, because it's going to take a miracle at this point.
Really? I mean, they score a touchdown.
A kickoff return and an onside kick.
Yeah, you right back in there. You're never out
You got action, baby.
You got action. That's why I said
optimism
he
in the
should have
booth.
slid right at the 2-yard line
To run out the clock.
They
They could take a knee from there.
Take a knee from there.
I understand what you're saying.
In this league, well, if it was a regular season game, that's too much time.
Eddie, if you are carrying the ball, are you going down or are you sniffing the goal line?
I'm sniffing the goal line.
There you go.
I'm greedy.
I'm a scorer, too. Trust me, I'm scoring.
No, because Calvin Lowry's not going to block for you.
And touchdowns are hard to come by in this league.
Man.
Every time you have a chance to get a touchdown, you take advantage of it, regardless.
My point exactly. I understand what you're saying.
I'm overanalyzing the game.
No,
that's what I do.
You can run up. You're exactly right. You keep the ball out of the Titans' hands in that situation.
I'm scoring, man. Whatever y'all talk, I'm scoring. Bottom line.
Keith Bullock, 4 clear touchdowns. 6. I keep shorting him every time.
It's all good.
DJ Woods to the 20. The crazy thing is only one of them was on a pick. 5 of them were, or 4 were on a fumble. 1 was on a blocked punt.
Keith is a beast. He was a beast. He's always making plays, and I was a fan of him because of his playmaking ability in space. I never got enough credit, in my opinion, to be one of the greatest linebackers to play in the game because of his playmaking ability.
Nick Stevens has entered the game at quarterback, 6'3", 235 from Tarleton State, but folks in the Volunteer State probably remember him most for his short stint at the University of Tennessee. He's back to throw over the middle, and he's got his man for a first down. Devin Aguilar from Washington right here at home with the grab and a first down. Aguilar had a good career at Washington, 1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns. And Nick Stevens with a nice strike. Out to James Kirkendall. He fumbles the football and gets it back.
Nice.
That's a break.
It's a huge break.
This is great work for Nick Stevens. Not only is he getting an opportunity to play, he's running a 2-minute offense. They do this a lot.
He gets to throw the ball.
Absolutely. They do this drill a lot. And Kemp. Nice strip. Nice.
Had to get it back.
Coverage.
Comeback play for Jeremy Lane.
But they do this a lot in camp, and the fourth-string quarterback doesn't get a chance to usually run it, but it's great that he's getting this opportunity here in the game.
Out of the gun, 4 receivers. Goes to Herb Donaldson. And the love bug is on the move and blows a tire.
Got a flat tire. The love bug.
Lindsay Lohan must have been driving.
Oh, that's too bad.
She was in that movie?
She was. I didn't see that when I was talking about the older one, though.
Oh, okay. Nick Stevens steps up in the pocket. He's going to take it out of bounds, but gets the first down.
Looking like an agile Kerry Collins out there.
6'3", 235. Those are some similar numbers to a certain linebacker.
Yeah, man, I told you I play safety. That's why I'm lean now. I'm 225 pounds, and people think I'm like 210.
You need to get down to like 215 for American Ninja.
You're 225 right now?
Yeah, really, 225. I played at 240, 235.
Yeah.
I'm going on American Ninja Warrior. Believe that.
Put your name in the hat. I'll cheer you on, dog.
Yeah, Eddie's not with you on that one. Pass by Stevens is incomplete. Looked like they crossed some things up there.
You have to rock climb, upside down.
I haven't tried. I've rock climbed, but I've never done it upside down.
Dude,
I just feel like I'm an athlete.
I know you are. You are.
And I'm bored, so I'll go American Ninja Warrior.
I got some yard work for you.
Nah, man.
Okay.
I'll refer you to my landscaper. I golf a little bit. I do a little bit of golfing.
Are you good?
No?
You went to Australia.
Went to Australia.
And wanted to learn to surf, but there were too many great whites.
Oh, yeah.
Herb Donaldson with the stiff arm. Herb taken down. Nice tackle.
Yeah, that's funny.
10 seconds to play.
It's a wrap.
Titans are going to try to get one more play off. 5 seconds left on the clock. 1 second, and that is the football game. And the Tennessee Titans start the preseason with a 27-17 loss to the Seattle Seahawks as Mike Munchak will cross the field and shake hands with Pete Carroll, who walks off victorious. 27-17, you're watching Titans football on the Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee Network.